do, I know you'll come. Ready to kill when the smoke again, when the smoke again.
What up, what up? Welcome to the channel. It's another episode of the O.O.C. Off Our Chest. Got my partner in crime over here, Mr. Roberto. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, everybody? Good night, good night.
Excellent. Excellent. Glad you guys could make it with us today. I'm trying to post some comments in the chats from here, but it's telling me it's spam, so I don't know what the hell is going on, guys. So I'll try to respond to the comments as much as I can. And what today's topic going to be today, Mr. Roberto?
I think today's topic is going to be about being black.
Yeah, I think we can do that. I definitely think we can do that. I think that's
two
a topic
opinions right here, and I'm sure we're going to have
topic that we are expert in. You know what I mean? So, you want to start it off?
Well, you know what? I could say this. Growing up where we grew up, we're not about to bash Americans. So, growing up Canadian,
you're not. I am.
Growing up Canadian was, the racism was there, but I felt it more in sports. I didn't really feel it in my everyday life as much as my father tried to instill in me that I got to be twice as good as everybody in everything I do. I never really felt it, but man, did I feel it in sports.
Oh yeah, so give some of your experience, what you had.
Well, I played hockey, as some of you
right there. Right there.
Yeah, I played hockey, and in all honesty, I never really felt it because it was quite diverse. I grew up in a diverse neighborhood, so I had Jewish guys on my team, Chinese guy on my team, Italian, Greek, you name it, right? It's only when I started playing competitive double letters, I started noticing that slowly but surely I was the only black guy. And some of these arenas we played in, we actually had our jerseys, our names on the back of the jersey, and they would chant my name, Mendez Neg. That's French for the N-word. But they would more or less chant that, and I would use that as fuel to score goals. And I could say that it helped my hockey, but, I never really let it affect me to the point where I lashed out,
And that's the thing, it's like you said, like racism here in Canada is not even close to what it is in the States, but it's still here, man. Like you walk down the street, people look at you funny. You go into the stores, we still get followed around the stores like we're stealing something. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. And the cops here, man, I don't think they ever drive by me without breaking their neck. You know what I mean? Like, who is this guy? What's he doing? Like, we don't know him, so they want to stop you all the time.
But in all honesty, regarding the cops, I don't really feel them anymore. I don't know if it's because I'm older. I'm more or less dressed the same way. I don't take my hat off. But I know when they punch in my plate, they're like, is he really? Is he really? But in all honesty, nowhere near what I used to go through growing up.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. 100%. Even with me, like more or less, I'll still get the looks. But I remember one time I had, they had them big Raider parka jackets sort of licked at the time. Yours. Yeah, you remember I had that later? I love that jacket. So I was walking down the street, man, and they stopped me like, oh, you fit a description, So I'm like, what description? And like, oh, just something happened in the area. So now the cop tried to play bad with me. So he's like, oh, you like the Raiders, eh? And I'm like, yeah, that's my team. And at that time, they had just got Jeff Hostetler. So I was like, yeah. And he said, oh, I'm a Giants fan. I think it was Jeff was playing for the Giants. And I was like, oh, we got your quarterback. You know what I mean? And I started breaking down some football shit. And once he seen that, he gave my ID and it was like, okay, you can go, right? Because back in the day, they were saying anybody who wore those kind of Raider jackets and shit were part of a gang.
Affiliated,
yeah. It was absolutely ridiculous, bro. So
the stereotype is sad. And what's even more sad is I feel that because we've been crying for so long that it's become annoying to some people. And it took someone dying on video for it to come to light. And I mean, this has been going on forever. I mean, for me, I didn't think Canada had racism until I explored the Maritimes,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a shock. It was a real shock to me because at the time we didn't have picture ID, so that
Mm-hmm.
was their pose as to why I can't get in the club because I don't have picture ID or I don't have a collar on my shirt. And
Mm-hmm.
clear as day, I saw two guys walk in who looked underage to me with t-shirts that never saw an iron or an ironing board, and they walked right in, no trouble. I looked at the guy and I said, "Listen, I'm not even from here, but I could tell you this: when you had your basketball tournament 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I must have put a good $200-300 in your bar. It didn't bother you then, right?" And I
Mm-hmm.
pulled out
Mm-hmm.
some money that I had, and I said, "You guys ain't getting none of this."
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in business to not make money, you won't be in business very long.
Yep. And that's the thing too. I had the same experience. We went to one of these clubs. I think it wasn't on Crescent, it was on Saint Laurent. So we went to one of these clubs. My cousins had just come down from Toronto, and we were balling that year, bro. And money was coming in. So we went to the club, we waited in line, and the bouncer was like, no, we can't let you guys in, right? He's like, oh, you're wearing jeans. So I was like, but those two white guys just walked in with jeans. He was like, oh, yeah, they're regulars. They're regulars. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's go across the street. So we went across the street to exit, and we just balled out over there, man. You know what I mean? If you don't want to take our money, that's okay. You never know who you're turning away. You know what I mean? You never know. You may look at us and we dress like we do. You know what I mean? Hoodies, hats, whatever. But you gotta understand, just because we dress like that, don't mean we ain't balling, man. It does not mean that. So you're losing out. I think we spent maybe good $500 on drinks that night because I had a lot of cousins with me. You know what I mean? So you
Mm.
just lost out on that. I know you're a club and you make all kinds of money, but you try to get as much as you can. And if you're turning people away because they're a different shade, then you're the one messing out, man. Trust me.
I'm
So,
polite, courteous,
mm-hmm,
I'm appreciative,
mm-hmm,
respectful.
mm-hmm.
This is the generation we come from. So if I don't get in return, I'm like defensive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
If you
I'm
you
at a
don't
point in my
respect me,
life now I can speak my piece. You know
yeah,
what I
me
mean?
too. one
A
hundred
lot of
percent.
times, but a lot of times you speak your piece and you look like the bad guy. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, I read something today on Facebook about a girl who was mistreated in a local market on the South Shore.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, I'm all
All right.
for speaking your piece and letting other people know your experiences because reviews is all about that. That's how Google manipulates people to go to businesses or not, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this girl wrote her whole story. Now it's her story, not the vendor story. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand. But sometimes you could hear a story and know if it's created
Mm-hmm.
or if it's racism.
Mm-hmm.
And that word's just thrown too easy these days. So it doesn't hold the same value. So reading what she wrote, I wasn't planning to write anything. But I said, let me read some of the comments because I'm always curious what people are thinking, right?
Me too. I always
And
read
this
the comments.
this one guy wrote, and he had no comments after him. He wrote, "Oh, it's so nice of you to speak your word, but it's only your word. So now this merchant is going to lose money, and now everyone's going to ban this guy's place because you spoke your word."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "What's wrong with that? If this guy feels it's unjust and it gets to him, he has a chance to reply like any other Facebook or any other means that you have to put your word out there. Like on Google, you can reply and say, listen, I apologize. If you feel that way, please come by and we'll give you a discount or something."
Mm-hmm.
So that won't discredit that vendor. And it's up to her to accept that apology or not. But
Mm-hmm.
just speaking on what she said, that guy said what he said. Now, I know it struck fire in me, it struck fire in other people. But I'm
Yeah,
getting
of
tired
course.
of this shit. I'm getting tired of it, Anzo. Tired.
Yo, bro, I did a video, right? This was maybe a year ago. So I was walking in Vendome Metro. So I'm sitting in the metro, and you know how our metros are. You could see, especially the new ones, where you can see straight down to the end, right?
Mhm.
So I was sitting in the metro and I could look down and I seen two metro cops, right? And they were standing up by the door, but I couldn't see what they were doing. I just thought they were just standing there. So I get off at my stop now and the doors open up and I walk out. And as I walk out, they grab this dude and they throw him out against the wall, right? Now, found out the story. He didn't have a ticket, whatever. But from what I heard, he was bouncing his ball in the metro, basketball, whatever. And he was passing it and playing with people. Nobody had an issue, but they came up to him and told him, like, what are you doing? This and that. Let me see your ticket. So he didn't have a ticket, right? So, anyways, as they threw him against the wall now, they started like beating him. Boom, 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 boom. So this was right ahead of me, right before me. What's up, True Stills, Gills? So this was like right ahead of me. So I had to walk past it. So as I walk past it, I take out my phone and I start recording. I have the video on YouTube, right? It's the first video I ever posted on YouTube. Went viral too as well. Not on YouTube, but on Facebook, and everybody had news people calling me, detectives calling me to find out what was going on, everything, bro.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
So anyways, yeah, for real. So anyways, I ended up posting it. And now as I posted on Facebook, I went to my request because I was seeing all these messages, but I wasn't seeing them. So I went to my crest. And when I went to my crest, there was like news reporters and all this shit. And there was one guy, he was said some shit about, oh, you and your fucking video, why don't you show the beginning of it to show what happens? You know what I
Always,
mean? It
always.
just, yeah, I know, bro.
What
What is that?
do you want, like a another truth? Like, it is, for me, what kills me, Anzo?
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter if you're white, black, Chinese, wherever you're from. Injustice is injustice. Racism
Absolutely.
is racism. Now, we can't be hypocrites. We all have a bit of racism in us.
Mm-hmm.
We can't
Mm-hmm.
lie. And if you say you don't, you're lying to yourself. But
100.
how you work it, how you run yourself with it, is what separates you from others. Now, if I'm man enough to hold back and say how I really feel about an individual, if I'm in a situation, you know what? It's called being righteous. Don't, if you don't want it to come to you, don't bring it on others.
I agree. 100%. I just got to read this comment. Danny said, why Roberto be coming in the channel with a wife beater on? Ain't no ladies in the chat. Cover up.
What do you see it? What do you see? You see my shoulder.
And
You
why
see
you
my
looking? Why you looking, Danny? You want to see more, eh? You're like, oh, wife beater, eh? And you're jumping up.
Listen, first of all, it's black. So, I'm not wearing a white one. So I don't know about white beater. But the thing is that this is a serious topic here. And Danny
Mm-hmm.
just threw me off. I just lost it for a minute, man. When it
Yeah.
was on your show, it was all good, right? But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You see, that's what those Americans do, bro. They try to throw you off of the topic. You know what I mean? Try to divert you with shit. So that's what they do. That's what he's trying to do. Look at you with your phone film. What the hell? Oh no, I'm canceling vacation up there. You're canceling the vacation? No, you don't want to do that, bro. You're gonna have so much fun if you come up here, though. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. And even like growing up, okay, so I'll tell you another story. Remember where we lived on Palmadan, right?
Mhm.
Me, your brother, the usual suspects, the cousins, Lito, we're all chilling in the back, right? We're just chilling, bro. We are just chilling. We're just laughing, joking, whatever. The Haitian cat Snyder and them are in the backyard playing. So a cop car come up now, right? Boom. See us. Back up. Come out. First thing he say, you're all under arrest. So under arrest for what? He's like, yep, come stand up, whatever. So the Haitian kids, they seen this. They ran upstairs to my father. They didn't go they ran right to my father. You know what I mean? So now my father come running out the front like I never seen my father run so fast in my life, bro. So my father came running out so fast. So cops, he's like, what the hell's going on? He's like, oh, they're under arrest. He's like, for what? So he's like, oh, there was a bus driver that got beat up. You know what I mean? And my dad's like, well, they've been here all day. So what are you talking about? They're under arrest. And he's like, oh, well, we just said something that they fit the description shit. And my dad was like, well, you go ask the neighbors. You go ask anybody around here. They were sitting here this whole time. And my dad was like, you are not taking them anywhere. So now at this point, Lito get all bright when he see my father now, right? So Lito go stand up beside my father, and he's just like, "God, fuck you, get the fuck out of here, fuck you guys." You understand? Because my dad was cursing too. Like, to be honest, my dad was like, "Yeah, you're not taking my fucking kid. You're not taking these kids. You're not fucking bothering these kids." So when my dad told him to go talk to the neighbors, his partner was at the car. So he was like, "Oh no, I can't leave my partner," you know. And my dad was like, "Well, you're leaving without these kids." So, anyways, to make a long story short, they ended up leaving. And as they were leaving, they were passing by me because I was standing next to my father and Lito was standing on the other side. So they passed by me and they're like, "Oh, your father's a good man." You know what I mean? They're just like, "Fuck you, get the fuck out of here, man." Like, are
They had
you
nothing
really
to do.
kidding me?
They had nothing to do.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely nothing to do. Now
Since
there was a bus driver that got beat up that day. There was, but I mean, you can't come up to people sitting in the background just chilling, like nowhere near what happened, and just be like, "Oh, you guys are under arrest." Why?
these
Because they're
guys got to
black.
do their job. They got to do their job. Because check this. One day, me and two cats, because we ain't throwing any names other than Lethal out there.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
walking down the street, and I see B. He's walking up,
Mhm.
and as he comes up to us, he goes, "Yo, 5-0 is all over Victoria." I'm like, "Fuck them. We didn't do anything. We're just going for a drink down on the carry, by the show there
Mhm.
near Harvey's,
Mhm.
right?"
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So we walk across Victoria, past the cleaners to go catch a cab. We get in the cab. The cab turns down Victoria, going towards Jean Talon. 5-0's behind us.
Mhm.
We turn around. We tell the cab driver, "I think it's for us." He's like, "No, no, no." He keeps driving. They do it again. Cab driver keeps driving. So we're telling the cabbie, "Listen, I think they're trying to pull us over." This whole
Mhm.
time he's still driving, right?
Mhm.
As we go down the underpass and come up near Jean Talon,
Mhm.
you swear we were on 42nd and Broadway. It was so bright. There was cops everywhere.
Mhm.
They had where we came from blocked off. They had where we were going blocked off. They had their guns drawn. They were on the sides of the two dead end streets there.
Mhm.
They were all there lined up with their guns out. Okay.
Mhm.
Me and two cats. I'm in basketball gear. My other guy's casual. The next guy's in a suit. Almost a three-piece suit, right?
Mhm.
So now they tell us on the megaphone, "Cab driver, get out. One of us, get out, get out, get out." So as they're interviewing all of us, I go, like, "Was all this necessary?" You know what he told me? "You guys jaywalked on Victoria." There was Hanzo. There wasn't a car around. So
Mhm.
we're supposed to stand. If we stood on that
Yeah.
corner at that red light, we would have looked
Mhm.
more conspicuous than
Mhm.
crossing the streets. So
Absolutely.
that was their initial. So I go, "All of this because we jaywalked?" He goes, "Oh, no, no, no. There was a robbery today, and you guys fit the description."
Mhm. Like we always do.
Yo, listen, I started laughing, and I laughed. I was laughing hysterically because we're a little cherry, right?
Mhm.
I said, "So me in my basketball gear, him in his casuals, and the other guy in the suit. That's the description of the three guys that robbed this store." He
Mhm.
had nothing to say. I said, "Now, I never use this, but this is straight up racism. I know you guys are up in the Jamaica Association trying to make ties with the black community in this neighborhood, and this is what you do?" You know what he tells me?
Mhm.
"Oh,
Mhm.
I lived in Longay, and I got pulled over once too."
Yeah. Like, are you kidding me?
What English am I speaking?
Mhm.
If there's no comparison, man, there's no
Absolutely.
comparison.
Absolutely not. You know what I mean?
What
You
ends up
remember when?
happening?
Go
The
ahead.
guy in the suit is Paro, so he gets some fake ID. They end up arresting him. We never went for a drink. Just me and the other guy
Mhm.
walked away.
Oh, so they arrested someone?
Yeah, because he gave fake ID. You know how it is in the hood.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You think
yeah,
you're wanted.
yeah,
You
yeah,
play
yeah.
it so much like you're a gangster. You think you're wanted when you're not. And then when they
Hmm.
find out the ID you gave is someone who's wanted, see ya.
Yep, I agree. And do you remember when they used to lock down Victoria every year? When the cops used to lock down Victoria, they used to take one day and lock down from the Curry House all the way up to Victoria. Lock it down. And they would just have everybody lined up, all the black dudes lined up outside of the store. Dudes got dipped because of that, bro. Got dipped because of that shit. And I think they did it for like 3 years in a row. They must have ended up having some like real backlash because they've never done it again. But for 3 years in a row, they would
You
lock down Victoria and just pick up anybody there.
you never saw the van, the white
Which one?
van?
Yeah, I've seen the white van.
We were
I've seen
chilling.
the white van.
We were chilling on the corner of Plominon and Legary, right near the house. Chilling in that front yard of that building, right on the corner. This
Mm-hmm.
van comes to the corner, makes a half turn around the corner. The side door opens up. Like he must have took 100 pictures. The door slammed. He took off. I was like, "You guys see that? Yo, what happened? What was that?" Everybody just split. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, like maybe 2 months later, I ended up at that station for some stupidities. While I'm standing there and they're doing their paperwork and shit, I look on the left. I see this wall, just pictures, yo, pictures
Mm-hmm.
of everybody uptown.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Every
yeah, 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 yeah. They used to walk around and take pictures of everybody, bro. Everybody. But again, and first off, Danny, we're not this, we're not bashing your profession. There are some good cops out there, but again, we live in Canada, right? So it's not just the racism that we have to deal with; it's the French too. So these cops are French racist, so they don't like English people and they don't like black people. So it's a double whammy for us. You know what I mean? So don't worry about that, bro. We ain't trashing you, just some of the people in your profession. That's all.
I didn't know Danny was so sensitive, man.
I know, hey? And it's only like when it's not when we're talking on the show. When we're talking, he's like, "Oh, so sensitive," and "Oh, you guys are bash." Like, come on, Danny, you tougher than that. You know what I mean? You got to be in your profession, anyways.
It is what it is, D. Like, listen, there's a lot of times I talk to them and they're good with me. I have no beef with the cops over here. If you have
Absolutely
a
not.
few, you have a bad apples in everybody, every culture, every group of friends. There's always that one or two people that you're like, man, come on.
Dandelion Fluff said, "I thought everyone had fake IDs in Montreal." At one point, yeah, I had my fake ID. That's how I
That's a
got
good
into the
mention.
clubs.
That's a good mention.
That's how I got into the clubs. I had my fake ID, and I was 16, posing like
You're
I was
16?
18,
I was
posing like I was
13.
18.
I
Oh yeah,
was
no.
13. Drawing some mustache with my mom's eyeliner. Be a Raven. It was crazy, man. We're picking up 19, 20-year-old women, 13 and 14 years old.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Studio
Those were
55.
those were fun times, bro. Fun
Oh, yeah.
times.
But
I
you see,
thought police.
I
Uh-huh.
never felt nothing then as
Hmm.
far as being black. I'm telling you, I never really felt it outside of sports.
Really.
And, well, like you said, with the French, like if I went
Hmm.
to Bank National, I felt it there. But that was just English. I don't think it was
Hmm.
because I'm black. I don't get it twisted, right? I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
one of
yeah,
those
yeah.
guys that every time I get pulled over, I ask the cop because I'm black. Because I
Hmm.
don't have a half an hour, 45 minutes to spend there. Well,
Right.
he's saying another smart ass want to call because it's black, not because his light's burnt or because he ran the red light or because he's speeding.
Hmm.
You can't just throw that trump card all the time because then it has no value.
Absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes it's not always because we're black. Sometimes we do stupid shit. It happens. You know what I mean?
What? We're any different than anybody else? You know what
No.
happened to me one time? Check this,
Mhm,
Hanzo. I'm at a light, the light turns yellow. My dad always told me, as long as you don't accelerate, because he was a teacher, right? As long as
mhm,
you don't accelerate and coast through, it means you're good.
mhm,
So me and the next guy go through. He goes left, I go straight. Sure enough, there's five over there. He's behind me straight, so he goes straight. And I go, "You came after me because I went straight, right?" He started laughing. He
Mm-hmm.
started laughing. He goes, "You know
Mm-hmm.
why I pulled you over?" I go, "Yeah." But it was
Right.
borderline. I could have
Mm-hmm.
maybe stopped, but I just rolled through. He goes, "No problem. Just give me your ID." He came
Mm-hmm.
back. He gave me the ticket, but he goes, "You know what? Because you got good character, I won't take any points off."
Mm-hmm.
I could have easily said, "What? You pulled me over because he was white and I'm black?" How would that have ended?
Yep.
See you in court, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bigger ticket with more points now.
Absolutely. And even with me, one time, I was with this girl, you know what I mean? It was going close to Christmas time. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go do a little bit of shopping. And her car wasn't registered, right? She knew it. She knew her car wasn't registered. She shouldn't be driving it. But I'm like, let's just swap. No, 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 take the car. So we took the car, boom, got halfway there, got pulled over. Cop was like, oh, your car is not registered. So of course, oh my God, I forgot to do my registration, blah, blah, this and that. I'm so sorry. I was like, okay. She was like, we're just going to the store and then coming back. I was like, okay, so where do you live? And like just down the road, right? Because you can see the address whenever you punch it over. It's like, okay, so we'll drive you back. You can park your car, but you can't drive your car. And he got every right to take it. You know what I mean? And he didn't do it. So I was like, okay, yeah, sometimes there's always the good ones, but then there are the ones. I was in Vondo Metro. So I'm in Vondo Metro and I'm waiting for my
That
son's
Metro's
mother.
bait for you, man.
Oh my God, bro. I was waiting for my son's mother, right? So as I walk in the metro, there's cops already in the metro and they're just chilling, whatever, making sure, like, I guess people don't jump or whatever. Right. So I pay and I go and I'm standing by the booth and I'm waiting. So I'm texting her, whatever. She either came and missed me or I missed her, whatever. So I was like, okay, she's not there. Okay, so boom. So I go downstairs now. And as I'm walking downstairs, right, when you're on the platform, you can look up and see people downstairs. So I'm walking downstairs and I look up and the two cops are just watching me. So I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I put my hands up and I'm like, what? And I walk and sit down. So I'm looking in the direction. Sure enough, the two cops come and walk over, right? So a cop comes over, doesn't say nothing to me, just pulls out his book and starts writing. So I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm giving you a ticket. For what? For loitering, right? For loitering. But I was waiting for someone, and then she didn't come and I left. I'm not loitering, I'm waiting for the metro now. So he didn't say nothing. So I looked at the female cop, his partner that was with him, and she had her hands down, but she had her hands in fists, bro. So I'm like, um, what's wrong with her? Because she looks like she wants to fight. She looks like she wants to take me down. And he didn't say anything. He fucking just kept writing the ticket, and I just kept watching her because she looked like she wanted to fight, bro. Like she looked like she really wanted to throw down with me, and I didn't even do anything.
Is this
So,
cop
anyways,
cop or Metro cop?
no, cop,
Okay.
cop, real cops. So they gave me the ticket, and then they said, "Oh, don't loiter," and walked away. I crumpled that ticket up and threw it away, bro. I was like, "Fuck that, man!" Like I didn't do shit. You're watching me, and then you're coming down here giving me a ticket for nothing. You don't want to tell me nothing. You just give me a thing. Like screw that, screw that. you know.
You see all this stuff Danny's writing over here?
Yeah, he's like, I can't tell bashing. What Anzo
Uh,
said that sometimes people do dumb shit. I can't believe it. Wonders never cease. Well, yeah, they do. Sometimes we do. Black people in general. Like I said, sometimes we get stopped by the cops, and the first thing we want to do is start yelling, "Stop fucking watching me! What are you stopping me for? What's this?" I'm like, "Yo, bro, just be cool. You know what I mean? Keep your mouth shut. Let him do his job, and that's it." Right and dirty that day, yes, we were. We need to go to war with the cops. No, I wouldn't say that because there are a lot of good cops out there, and that's a war we probably wouldn't win. Um, I would have towed her car and taken you out and sent you to death with a copy of my mind. Are you kidding me,
uh,
Danny? Are you kidding me?
shit.
Are you kidding me? You would have tased. You would have
Listen, he doesn't want us to go after the Americans, and he wants to write that stuff. Come on, Danny.
exactly.
Come
That's an
on.
American cop. You know what I mean? That's what you guys do. Pure violence. The first thing you want to do is beat up and tase a brother.
We're
You
trying to
know,
keep this peaceful. We're just, telling people the black experience.
that's it.
I'm not screaming. Listen, I hear racism being used more on TV and everywhere else than that's come out of my mouth. So
Hmm.
it's either people got it twisted or people trying to discredit what the meaning of it is, because it's going to be used so blatantly that it's not going to have any value.
Hmm.
They're just going to say, look at that idiot. Even if racism is being afflicted in this case, they're still going to say, this guy just crying like the rest of them.
Yep.
So
100.
what happens when, your word is not heard? You resort to violence.
Hmm.
And I think that's what's trying to be provoked here. Because in all honesty, I was born in the 60s. So, racism
Damn.
was just, yeah, you even run with it, run with it.
Sorry.
Shit was starting to fade out, right? You're supposed to know. Why you acting all surprised? You're all talking like you know me and shit.
I do know, but it's just when you hear it said, it's like,
Yeah, well,
damn.
it's the truth. I'm proud of it.
Absolutely.
Racism was just slowly fading out, where it was like in your face every day on TV. And I'm sorry to say, what I was seeing was happening in the States. Maybe
Hmm.
because they were majority of the television that we watched, because
Hmm.
you guys had much better screening than we
TV.
had. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I watched the beachcombers and stuff and shit like that. You know what I
Oh my
mean?
God. What
So
were those Canadian shows we had? Horrible, bro.
listen, I was in Florida, and I was in Dade County on the beach.
Hmm.
And, for me, I'm there with my family, my kid, and I'm just trying, fit in. Don't want to look like a tourist. Don't want to look like a victim. Don't want to look like a criminal. This guy standing beside me, he's holding a Mickey. I'm not paying him no mind. For me, that's nothing. I see that every day up here, right?
Hmm.
The cop comes over on a bike and tells him, put that Mickey down. It's too bad that guy didn't hear what the cop said.
Mm.
Because before he finished saying, excuse me, or, what? He was a pretzel on the floor, man. Backup
Hmm.
came, he was gone, like pizza
Hmm.
to go. I
Hmm.
couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. The guy did
Yeah,
nothing. He
I
wasn't
know.
black either. He wasn't black either.
Oh yeah,
So,
sometimes, yeah, sometimes they do. They get the white people them too, man. It's not
so what am I supposed
always
to say?
black.
That's good, regardless of who you are. Injustice is injustice. I'll say it
Hmm.
all the time. And if
Hmm.
black people want to say, hey, you can't favor them, they don't favor us, well, that's your belief. I believe in teach his own. And if you're happy in your own skin, then roll with it. But for
Hmm.
me, I'm just hoping that there's no race war,
For
because
real.
whatever happens there affects us. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Solid 187 said police are a gang being paid by the government to take out our people. I know they're a gang. I just don't agree that they're there to take out our people. It's they
I
have
don't
some
know,
bad.
man. I don't know. I'm
They have,
sorry. I don't want to offend Danny. But what I see going on since Floyd, I thought that shit would ease up. It ain't eased up nothing, man. In
yeah,
fact,
but it's the bad apples, though. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's
but
what
there's
I'm gonna
just
put it
so
on.
many bad apples. I mean, fuck. You know, it's too bad that it's all up in your face all the time. But
But
that's the reason I canceled out Facebook, because they were polluting my mind. It was just
mhm.
coming over and over and over. And I'm like talking to myself, don't answer, don't get involved. But why not get involved? Speak your word. But then somebody's gonna say something to what you're saying and enrage you more. It's
Yeah,
not
but
healthy.
but that's just it. They're
It's not
Facebook and
healthy.
all those medias. They're just showing us the bad stuff. There's a lot of good stuff out there, man. And I remember when the George Floyd stuff was going off, I was posting some good stuff like cops kneeling with us and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I wanted people to see the other side as well. It wasn't just the bad shit. You know what I mean? There are good cops out there, and Danny has proven that to me.
Mhm.
Danny has proven that to me.
I'm
Like
not
I've
saying they're
known
all
it.
bad. I'm just saying on the level of US and Canada, you know, like we
Hmm.
have it happen once in Toronto and there's an outcry across Canada. That shit happens every 5 minutes in Chicago,
Yeah, I know.
you know? And it's kids, man. It's fucking kids. And you know what, Azo? It don't make the news. It
Mm.
doesn't make the news.
The good stuff doesn't make the news, though. I think
Well,
it's all
I'm
filter.
talking about the amount of kids that are dying in Chicago. Black kids. Be
Oh,
it as black
okay.
on black crime, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're on the issue of black, not police officers. But
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about black on black crime.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
would you say
I
about
mean,
that?
is it shown? Not really. But I mean, how
You
much
know what's
white on white?
happening.
Of
You
course
know
it
what's
is, but
happening.
I don't relate. I don't say that because there's white on white crime too. There's this crime too. There's that crime too. They just want to show you it's like, oh, Black Lives Matter, and it's like we're all doing this. But wait a minute, there's black on black crime, and no one's saying that. Yeah, but there's been black on black crime for years. But we're actually getting murdered by these cops.
Mhm.
These are cops that have authority over us. You know what I mean? It's like you get a cop talks to you and you're like, oh, well, what the fuck you stopping me for? And you're a pretzel. Before you even get a chance to do anything, they're
No, but
just
this guy didn't
beating
even
you up.
curse. He didn't
Right,
even curse.
right. That's what
Like,
I'm
I
saying.
mean, look, if you don't listen, I don't want someone, if I ask a question, it's my job to police the area. So if
Mm-hmm.
I ask you a question, I don't expect profanity coming back at me because if it comes at me, then you're bringing me to a level that I didn't come at you with. You understand?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so when someone says to a cop, "What the fuck you pulling me over for?" Right there, the outcome should not be good. You
Absolutely,
disrespected him.
absolutely, 100%. I agree with
But
that
if
one
you
hundred
ask
percent.
him politely, "Why am I pulling over?" You deserve the right to know.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
there
then
should be no sorry.
no, I was gonna say, and then if you do that, and then a cop gives you attitude, then you have every right to give the attitude back. But you're
You're in
not.
trouble, man. You're in trouble. That's
Yeah,
all I can say.
yeah. If a cop's
Just
giving you
pray
attitude, yeah,
nothing
yeah.
bad comes out of it.
It's happened though, bro. Like we've been stopped so many times and been cool and calm, and the cops are
But we're
like
not
just
talking here, Anzo.
aggressive, huh?
We're
No, I
talking
know.
about,
But I'm talking here too. I'm
okay.
just saying here too. Like they're aggressive, and I get it sometimes. Sometimes it's uncalled for. You know what I mean? Especially when it's like, hey, officer, yes, how you doing? Okay, what happened? Oh, give me your ID, and they're all
But you know
huffing
who
and
these
puffing.
guys are. Those are the guys who are transferred from another unit.
Yeah, yeah.
They think they're going to come here and be super cop. But the
Mhm,
cops that patrol your area for a long time, they're not like that. There's always one.
mhm,
And he
mhm,
wants to be that notorious guy.
mhm,
Oh, it's Kojak. You remember him? He was
yeah,
notorious downtown.
yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't want him walking into a bar because if
Mhm.
there was a successful bar and this guy walked in, that bar was shut down.
But you see, that's the thing, right? There's especially here, some of the cops that they get like have never had any interactions with black people until they start, doing it in Montreal and becoming
What
a police
district you're
officer in
in?
here. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So, but True Skill says I know some good cops, but there are too many bad ones over here in NYC.
I
I
feel for
haven't
you,
been there,
bro.
so I
I
don't know.
feel
So,
for
but
you.
I hear that a lot.
And that's sad because you know what? That's my favorite city, man. And
Hmm.
if I'm gonna miss going to the States, it's because I can't go to New York City. I love it, love it, love it.
True Skills also said 60s. I thought you were in your 30s. Well, he's
Res-
not 60. He was born in the 60s.
respect. Let me get that in there. Respect. I'm True Skills. Respect.
So if he thinks you're 30, I wonder how old he thinks I am.
He probably thinks we're the same age.
Probably. And Danny says, real talk, try being a black cop now. You have to be a mediator for the people and your blue brothers and sisters. Some days it's really tricky and hard. Yeah, I can
I'm
just
sure.
imagine what you go through, bro.
I'm sure. Because you know what? It's so funny you mentioned that, Danny, because my wife was just saying that, that
Mm-hmm.
for the good ones, what do they do? How do they can't police the police because there's a brotherhood, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if you're not because she's a counselor and she was talking to a student, he said he wants to be a cop, but he wants to be a good cop. Why would he say that?
Mm.
Why would he say that? Is it society? Is it him? Is what is it?
I think it's because they have a bad
They portray too many bad
too bad.
cops.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So he's saying like, listen, I don't want to be like the rest of them. I want to be a good cop. And that's the thing. That's why I was saying like that's what we get. We get a lot of bad cop stuff and you don't really see the good stuff. Like if you go back to my post, man, on Facebook, you'll see I posted there was one lady cop, she checked one of her cops for doing something wrong. You know,
They
there
probably
was
fired her.
maybe, maybe
I'm telling you,
I have
you
no idea.
can't go against the hood.
Yeah, but at this day and time, I think you know what I mean. It's more acceptable now because of what happened. So
I don't
I
know.
don't.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know
think
because when you're out, it depends where you're policing though. Because
that's
I'm
true
sure in
too.
some southern states, these guys just got to shut their mouth and do their job, man, because they're
That's
just
true.
outnumbered.
No, that's true too. It depends on where it is, of course, you know. But also too, like right now, the cops, like their trust level is really low. So, you know, you're gonna fire a woman that checked the cop that was doing something wrong. That's just gonna make it even worse. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they fired her. I don't know nothing about that story. But I
Yeah, but
also
you cannot go against your own because if you do, you're on a deserted island.
but not
They don't
anymore.
have your back. I don't know. I don't
Not
know.
no,
I'm
no
only going off
I'm
how.
telling you because there was a I think it was Atlanta or somewhere guy just became chief and Danny was telling me about it and he had a recording of three cops talking about how they want to go kill a N word and put a bullet in her head. They were fired the next day. You know what I mean? So I think they're trying to make it. They're trying to save face. That's for sure. How much of a change happens, I don't know, but they're definitely trying to change face right now because they look bad after what happened with George
But
Floyd. They look really
hold
bad.
on. Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
A girl goes into the cop station and tells the cops that I threatened her and want to put a bullet in their head. Are they not going to come and arrest me?
Yeah, but no one did that. He was listening. Like he didn't have to tell
I know, but
anybody
they fired him because he said what they said, right?
because he went and he listened to the. It was on
He
a
got
webcam,
them. He
right?
got them.
He got them, but he
But
didn't have
imagine,
to. He could have kept that in house and shut
no,
it
but
down.
I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying, just imagine that the tables are turned now. A woman walks into the cop station and tells the cops that I threatened to put a bullet in her head. They're not going to tell this woman, okay, so tell that gentleman he has to move from your house. He's evicted. They're going to come and arrest me
Hmm.
because I'm making threats to take a life.
Yeah,
These guys made threats to take lives.
I get that. But what
He
I'm
just
trying to
got
say is,
fired.
but what
He
I'm
just got
trying to say,
fired. So
yeah,
their
but
intentions are still there.
right. But what I'm saying is there's a brotherhood, right?
It's
You
nice
said
to know. Yeah, but
there's a brotherhood. So for the fact that this cop went out of his way, because he didn't have to put it out there, he was the only one, I guess, him and his
oh, it's
district.
happened again. Is that the one that happened recent?
I can't
Because I
remember.
just
Maybe
heard
maybe
about
2 or 3
something like
months
that.
ago. Maybe two or
It
three
just
months
happened
ago.
again. Just
Oh,
happened
did it?
again. Yeah.
Yeah. You see, because they're trying to save face. They can't let that shit happen anymore. You know. Dandelion Fluff says, "Don't watch beach. Don't
Don't
knock
knock the
beachcombers.
beachcombers.
Trash. I don't watch that crap. There was
Sorry,
another
I
one. Oh,
couldn't do it.
Trailer Park Boys. That's the other one. Trash. Trash. Couldn't watch that at all. Danny says, "Slop, bro. That ain't true." Yeah, we know it's not true, Danny. We know. It's tough being an African American cop. I know you have it tough, Danny. Yeah, I know he does too. I actually believe he has it tough too because he's a
We're
good
good
person.
people. That's
Yeah,
all I
right,
can say.
right, exactly.
There's got to be more of them out
Out here in Vancouver, the worst cop racism seems to be against Indigenous people. Well, I think they have it worse here than we do too. You know what I mean? Like, in, they have it bad, man. First off, we took their land from them right away. You know what I mean? We gave them a little Oka town where they can do their stuff, but man, they have a bad. We ruined them. We ruined them. That's for sure. Not us personally, but you know what I mean. Did you freeze? You still there? You're quiet.
there. No, I'm just reading a little something Danny said because my name's on it.
Oh, okay. This
You
one
want to
here.
read it out?
Yeah, Roberta. How many times and how many years have you seen or heard preachers raping boys or teachers sleeping with students? Here, incest is through the roof. Everything has a cycle. Right now, cops. You want to reply to that? Go right ahead.
Well, you know what? The cycle is game
Uh-huh.
over. It's game over in these situations, you know? And unfortunately, the preachers and the teachers are not on video every second day. So You make a valid point, Danny. That they're polluting us with, propaganda always against, but at the same time, it's facts. It's not dubbed video. It's not coerced. It's happening. So you got to speak about it.
Yeah, I agree. But I just think that, at this point, it's a lot of hate that they want because hate gets clicks, bro. That's what it is. So anytime something hateful happens or something like that, it's just thrown in your face constantly. You tell me this. When was the last time you watched the news or even went on Facebook and seen something great? It's rare.
I
It's
did. I
all
saw I saw a cop give a girl a popsicle in Nova Scotia.
okay.
That's what I said. That's what it's like up there in Canada.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. Like you get that one thing, and then you'll have a whole bunch of negative stuff. Negative,
Listen,
negative.
it's so funny because I say it's where you grew up. Because when I went again, I'm going to say Halifax for a couple of months. Um, it's crazy what I saw. Like for them to say the cops are hard or racist, or I'm like, no, impossible. Because if what I saw happen there happened here, we would have been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
We were outside in the front of the school after basketball drinking beers, and the cop came up, said, "You guys are in a public area. Could you guys please put your beers away?" He was so polite. I was like, "Holy shit! Did this guy just say please?" Those guys say, "Yeah, just wait, officer," and they all drank their beers.
Mm.
One guy even opened up another one and drank it, and he waited
Where was that?
in Halifax.
That ain't happening here.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
That ain't
I was
happening
in I was in a part of Ontario. We got into a little scuffle in a bar,
here. Mm-hmm.
and the owner called the cops. And someone came up to us and said the cops are coming. So they gave us a heads up to leave. So we're walking out. The cops are walking in. I looked the cop in the eye. He looked me in the eye, and they just walked right past me. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here."
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way here I would have got out of that place. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
There's
absolutely not.
no way.
Yeah, absolutely not. There's
I
no.
couldn't believe it. So for people over there to say the cops are hard, or the people in Halifax to say the cops are hard, for your environment, maybe. That's why we're saying in degrees. You compare the US to here in Canada, even though the population doesn't compare, it is non comparable.
I get it, but I'll also say you had a small sampling in Halifax. It's not like you live there, so you can't. You can judge on what you've
I could give
experienced.
you two stories, Anzo, and
Yeah,
you'll
no, I
just
get.
say
No, I
that would
get it.
never happen here.
You're right. It would, but you can't say that will happen all the time because it was only two experiences, right? If you had a majority of experiences, then like if you were there for a whole year, then I could say, yeah, you're right. They're different, but we don't know what they're like.
An
Like,
asshole's an asshole, right?
yeah,
I know an asshole cop when I see one.
yeah.
They were not assholes. Maybe because our plate said Montreal and they were afraid. I don't know. But I could not, like, for a cop to tell me you don't have to pay a ticket if you don't want to. I could look at that in many ways. But the
Mm-hmm.
way I looked at it as, I looked at my buddy, right? I looked at Bubs and said, did you hear what he just said?
Mm-hmm.
I said, excuse me, officer, did you say? He goes, you're not from here, so you don't have to pay it if you don't want it, but I wouldn't plan on coming back if you did.
Right, exactly. It's the same thing here. I've
But
had
look
cops
at the
tell me that.
conversation we had. I wouldn't get that here.
I have.
I'm not saying it's never happened, but it's just one incident.
I have. I've been like, I'm not, Lito, I'm not paying this ticket. Don't pay it. But you'll end up in court. You know what I mean? So that's what the
Yeah,
cops
but
have.
you told him you're not paying it. The
No,
cop
no,
didn't
Lito.
tell you. The cop told you don't pay it?
No. Lito said he wasn't paying it.
The cop told me don't pay it.
Right, because you don't live there. You
But why
understand?
would you influence that? Why would you influence that?
Because he don't know if you're really gonna come back or when you're gonna come back. So it's like if you don't want to pay, you don't have to pay because you don't live here.
That was a shock to both me and my passenger. Maybe it's not to you, but
Mm.
you weren't in that situation with me because I got pulled over by a good 25 cars again. And for them to be that polite with that much, it must have cost them a good $1,000 in salary to pull us over and to let us go without even a ticket.
Yeah, it
That
happens.
was amazing.
I get it. It happens though. But like I said, like
Also,
at
you
the
see,
end,
it's easy for you to say that because you don't know what happened.
no. But what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, bro, is if you're not living in that situation, if someone says their cops are bad, you can't really say they're not because you're not living there.
Let me
We
ask
don't
you
know.
this.
We don't know the bad stuff that they're doing.
Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Your cousin from Halifax comes to Montreal. He does a smoke show on your street where you live now, 3, 4 in the morning, and I'm talking a smoke show. Smoke everywhere, and then he releases and he starts driving up the street. The cops catch him. You think they're letting him go without a ticket?
No.
These cops told me word for everything I did. They told me and my buddy, and I was like, "You guys are blowing me away. You guys are amazing."
But you're talking about one specific
Yeah, but
incident,
look at the
bro.
incident. Look at the
I
incident.
get
It
the
wasn't I
incident.
jaywalked.
I get the incident, bro, but it can happen like that all the time. Like I said, if I'm living in the States, right? And you come to the States and you're like, oh, well, I had a good experience with cops, and you leave and you say the cops aren't so bad. But I'm telling you, the cops are fucking racist and this and that. Like,
Ronzo, you're not giving me an example for me to say the cops are good. I'm telling you what I did.
okay,
You're
but
just
you're
telling me
talking
I'm saying, well,
but
if
but
I
you're
went
you're
into a store
talking
and I got caught stealing and the cops didn't arrest me and they let me go, damn right I'm going to tell people the cops are good because that
okay,
doesn't happen. I'm black.
but that doesn't mean all cops are good. You know what I mean? Like you
I'm
can't
talking
take
of a good cop. I'm talking
right.
of good cops
But
in the
you're
situation.
saying no. What I'm trying to explain to is you're saying that there people in Halifax are saying that the cops are bad out there, and you're saying they're not because of your experience. But they live there. They experience more than you, so you cannot take away their experience because yours was different. That's all I'm saying.
And what I'm trying to say is how you conduct yourself is how the outcome comes. Because
Sometimes, yes,
a lot of them, when they get pulled over, they're ignorant because they're
I
all with this
agree.
fuck the police mentality,
I
and that's what
agree.
happens. But I didn't handle it like that.
I agree
That
with
I
that.
bigged them up. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is I would not had a chance to big them up here. They would have pulled me out the car and arrested me and then wanted to hear my story at the precinct. So for me, for what happened there, it blew me away. I couldn't believe it. So it's like someone telling you this roller coaster is death defying, Anzo. You're going to shit your pants. And you come off of that roller coaster laughing. How could you respect what that guy just told you? You're going to
Yeah,
shit your
but
pants. You know
that's
what I
one
mean?
roller coaster, and you're talking
But
about
that's the roller
hundreds of
coaster we're
cops.
talking about.
But we're talking about hundreds of cops. You're talking about a specific situation that happened to
I'm
you.
talking a Canadian situation. You keep giving
Right.
me American
No,
examples.
I'm not giving you American examples. I'm telling you what you told me. You said someone from Halifax told you that the cops were
No,
bad.
nuts. No, people in Halifax say the cops are bad.
That's what I
Everywhere
said.
you go, no matter where you go in anywhere, go anywhere you want, they're gonna say the cops are bad, whether they're bad or not.
Exactly. And if you don't live there, if you've only had one or two experience, then you can't take away from what they're
No, it's a
saying,
stigma,
bro.
Andro. It's a stigma because some people say the cops are bad and they never had a bad experience. It's just that everyone says the cops are bad, so they're bad. That's the stigma. Like Danny
That's not
said,
true.
now it's all about the cops.
Right,
So
and I get
everything
that.
they
And
do is bad.
there are good cops and there are bad cops. Absolutely,
But there's
100%.
degrees, right? There's degrees.
No, it's either
In
good
the
or bad. There's no
states, in
degree.
the states,
It's good or bad.
when you
There's
get
no
pulled over
degree.
here and they tell you put your hands on the steering wheel, make me see your hands. Have you ever been told that once here?
Yeah.
Me never. And I was accused of being in a shooting, and they didn't do that to me. They
Yeah.
just told
They
me
tell you
put my
don't move.
hands outside the window where they could see it, and I can understand that because I was mistakenly accused of being in a shooting. So I put my hands out. They came out. They didn't put me to the floor and handcuff me because I
Okay.
didn't resist. But I see people not resisting and still going through that.
Yes, I know that. I see that. I've seen it too. But I don't understand what you're telling me because there's good and bad cops. This is what I'm trying to say. So you can't take away someone's experience. If they had a bad experience, it's like this dude on a show, he was talking about his school experience, right? And
Mhm.
he told this dude that, oh, you're fucked up. They went to the same school. You said, oh, your school, your degree is nothing. And he's telling the guy this because he had a bad experience in the school, but the other guy didn't. So you can't take away what that guy experienced because you had a bad experience. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Just because you had a good experience, that's great. And that may have been a rare experience for you. But for people that live there, it might not be. That's what I'm saying. It might not be that way for them, bro. It might be that way for you. You're an out
How
of
people
towner.
can understand the way you're being treated by cops here with your stories, if you want, if that's the way you think. How
What
do
do
you
you
want
mean?
people to sympathize or understand your experiences with cops?
I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just being honest the way it is, right? Like I've said many times, there's good cops and bad cops. I had a birthday party, my 18th birthday party. We were blasting music as hell. Music was going off. Cops came to my door, knocked on my door, said, "Hey, your music is too loud." My dad came up and he's like, "Oh, it's my son's birthday." Cop was like, "Oh, hey, happy birthday. That's great. How old are you?" 18. Oh, man. No, 17. Oh, that's great. One more year and you can do whatever the F you want. Cop left. He just to keep the music down and left. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Like there's always good and bad. So
What
if
if that same cop went to another party, kicked down the door, and arrested people? It's just a circumstance, a situation you were in. It just happened to be good for you.
that's what I'm
Maybe
telling
you,
you.
maybe you handled it good.
But
That's
that's
what
what I'm
I'm trying to
saying
say.
to
But Anjo, that's
you.
what I'm saying to you too. There's no argument in this. You're arguing because I'm telling you that they said the cops are bad, and I'm telling you I had a good experience.
No,
What do
no,
you
no, no,
think?
no. You said that you don't
I
think the
don't
cops
think
are
they're
bad.
bad because I
Okay.
did not have. Okay, so wait. They think they're bad because they had bad experiences. I don't think they're bad because I did not have one.
But
That's
they
what I'm trying
live
to
there.
tell
They
you.
probably had way
I'm
more
not.
experiences
I
than
don't hate
you.
all cops.
Neither
I
do I.
don't hate all cops, right? I
Neither do
don't
I.
think all. Monzo, hold on. A
Hmm.
lot of people think all cops are bad. Would you
Yes,
tell me
I
I'm
agree.
wrong?
No,
There's some people, no matter how nice the cop is, they'll still be telling you, fuck you, pig,
absolutely.
fuck you. Okay, but
Absolutely.
then they deserve what they get.
And I'm
That's
not
what I'm trying
saying
to say.
that, but I'm not saying that. But you're saying every time you're making it seem like just because the cop is bad is because they're going off on them. And that's not the case.
How
Like I
are you
said,
taking that from what I'm saying? I
because
don't know what these guys went through to say the cops are bad. What are you saying?
exactly my
I don't know
point.
what they went through. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not hearing me.
No,
I
you're
don't
not
know what they
hearing
went
me,
through,
bro.
but
Right?
people have a stigma that cops are bad.
Okay, but you
I'm
were
telling you
sitting
of
here.
incidents that I went through where
Yes,
the cops were good. So I
absolutely,
don't see their
absolutely.
relevance in the cops being bad. I don't understand
You
how you
don't
don't
right.
understand
You
that.
don't see it. You don't
That's
see
me,
it.
but I'm only
Okay,
speaking about me.
but this is what I'm trying to tell you. You said you don't see it, right? And I said that's fine if you don't see it, but you cannot take away their experience. You
But what
said
is
that the
their
cops.
experience? What is their
Well, you would
experience?
have to talk to them and find out. But
But
if
you're
someone
trying
is,
to justify something that has no substance.
but how do
If
you
the
know
guy
that
said,
unless you talk to
if the
them?
guy said that he did the same thing as me and he
But
got arrested and I didn't, then I would say the cops might be fucked up. They're biased. Maybe they like my car. Maybe they don't like your car. Maybe I'm lighter skinned. I don't know why they did what they did. Okay. I
okay,
was in an incident where me and a white guy got pulled over for speeding. We're doing the same speed. The same cop pulled both of us over. I lost 2 points. He didn't. How do you explain that one? Should I say because I'm black?
no, I'm not saying that, bro.
No,
But the
but I'm just saying, what could I say in that situation? The cop is good because he was good to him, or he's bad because he gave me 2 points for the same infraction.
again, you're not understanding what I'm saying, bro.
I just asked you a
But
question.
that can
Forget what
happen.
forget.
That can
Forget that. I'm
happen.
just
I
giving
don't
you
know
a
what you
question.
would say if the cop doesn't do it and you think the cop is
Is he
good.
good or is he bad? Because we both got pulled over at the same time, Monzo.
But who knows if he's good or if he's bad? You
He's
know what I mean?
fucking bad. He's fucking bad.
Because he took 2 points from you and not from someone else.
Give both of us 2 points or give both of us none. How do you determine who loses 2 points if both
It,
of you did the same
because the cop
infraction?
has a right to make that judgment,
That
though.
to me is racism. If you can't see racism in that, then it's twisted.
Are you saying the other guy is white?
He was white.
Okay, okay.
That's
So
what I'm
yes,
trying to say. He
okay,
was white. I was black. We
okay.
both got caught doing 71
Mm-hmm.
in a 50 zone. The cop said if you were doing 70, I'd have let you go. We both were laughing. He came back, gave us tickets. The guy asked me, what did you get? I go, I got 122 points. He goes, oh man, that's fucked up. I got 120. So
Okay.
is that not racism?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to
But
know.
I don't understand what your point is, though. Yes,
I
it's
just
racist.
wanted to know your take on that situation. Has no relevance to our earlier conversation. I just wanted your
Okay,
take on
yes.
that
If the
situation.
cop tells you, if he gives you something different than the other one, then yes, I agree with that, right?
Mhm.
I agree with that. He's a racist, of course, because he took away your 2 points because you're back. He probably didn't like you. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. There's good and there's bad, right? So you had a good experience in Halifax, but because you had a good experience, you think that they're exaggerating on saying cops are bad. But because they live
I
there,
don't think they're exaggerating. I just need to know what happened to you to determine that they're bad. Because I had a
then
situation where they had opportunity to take a lot of points away from me for disturbing the peace, and nothing happened to me. So what did they do to you? And if he tells me his story, I will be sympathetic because I don't know what their story
okay,
is to say it,
but
but
exactly. So
based on
because
like let me
uh
just Andre, you go see a movie for the first time, right?
hmm
The movie could be shit, but you saw it, I didn't. You say the movie's amazing. I
hmm
got to give you the benefit of the doubt until I see the movie, right?
not necessarily.
Why not? You've
Because
always been
we
right
mi-
before.
but we might not have the same
Oh,
opinion
but
in
you've
movies,
always
right?
been right to me before. You've all every movie you
If we
tell
have
me.
the same opinion in movies, you like the same movies as I do, and
So
I
I'm
say
gonna
the
give you
movie
the
is good.
benefit of the doubt and go
Absolutely,
see this movie. But if
absolutely,
I don't like it, it's just different circumstance, right? I might not like certain things that you like, right?
absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say. Until I know why you think the police are fucked up, I'm going to say, based on my experiences, the police aren't fucked up in Halifax.
Okay,
Because I had two situations where they had amped opportunity to give me a good ticket and let me leave saying I deserved it or whatever, but I got away with nothing.
I
Because I'm
get that.
polite, I still broke the law. So regardless if I'm polite, I still deserve those tickets. But I
Okay,
didn't get one.
hmm
So based on that, I'm saying how I don't see them as being bad. But
I
if a guy tells me he did that and he got 10 years, you think I'm going to say the cops at
okay,
Halifax are
but
nice?
okay, no, I'm not saying that, but I mean, if regardless, if people are telling you, like, if I sit here, me and you know each other, and I say, yo, bro, these fucking cops are fucking bullshit, and this and that, they're fucked up. Do you really need to hear why I say that? Do you
Kind
really?
of guy that I am, yeah. Because why
You
am I just going to take your value based on that's just your opinion or fucked up?
because you
Oh,
live here,
give it substance. Why are they fucked up, Bonzo? Because I'm an intellectual and I want to know more. If I'm just
right?
going to let you go off of that, then what can I say?
Right. You may want to know more,
I will.
but because you know me, are you
I
gonna
didn't
doubt
know. I
me?
would say why you say they're fucked up.
Right. And you've lived here in Montreal, so you've had some of the experiences that I've had. So if I say the cops are fucked up, do you really need to know why I'm saying that?
But would I not ask you, Anzo? You know me.
That's not
I
my
wouldn't
question.
ask you.
That's not my question. You know me, right? Exactly. You know me. So if I tell you, if you come to check me today and I say, bro, these cops are fucked up and bullshit and this and that, you may say what happened to me, but would you doubt me when I say that? Would you say, well, I didn't have that experience, so the cops here in Montreal aren't fucked up? Would you
How can
say
I
that?
say I didn't have that experience if I don't know what your experience is?
No, but that's what I'm saying. You had a good
I need to
experience.
know your experience to
No,
tell
but
you that I experienced it and the outcome was different.
it doesn't have to be the same thing your experience as I do. You have
Also,
experience. No, no, no.
everybody
Hold on.
has an
Let me
opinion, huh?
finish. Let me finish. You have experience with police officers, right? You and me. You drive. I don't. So me and you are gonna have this different experiences with cops. It's just gonna happen, right? I'm gonna get stopped for walking. You could get stopped for driving, regardless of what. You have your experience, and you find out some of the cops are fucked up. Whatever. Let's just say that, right? You've had a bad experience with some cops, and then I come tell you like, yo, bro, I had a bad experience, these cops are fucked up in this. Would you really need to know why I say that?
But it wouldn't make me think that all cops are fucked up.
I'm not
Could
saying
be
that,
just that one cop who did it to you.
right? I'm not
But I'm
saying
going to
that,
ask you what happened,
and
regardless.
I'm not saying you're gonna say all cops are fucked up, and I'm not saying that either. But as you know me for 30 years, if I'm saying that, are you gonna really wonder why? Like if you come to me and you say, "Yo, bro, cops are fucked up," and then you want to tell me the situation, I'll be like, "Yeah, that's fucked up." But
So if
because
I
I
just say
know
to you,
you,
Anzo, you know what? The cops are fucked up. And I don't say
because
anything else. You're not going to have to.
because I know you, I'll assume something fucked up happened, and I'll be like, yeah, okay. So what? Tell me what happened. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, my experience was different than yours. I had an experience
No,
when cops were nice.
Anzo, you know what? I'm sorry. You don't have substance with what you're going with because I don't know what these guys went through to say that the cops are fucked up.
I
So
understand
they
that.
could have just crossed the street and the cop told him get back on the sidewalk and he's saying the cops are fucked up. It could be something as stupid as that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And it
There's a
could
lot
be.
of fucked up people out there who think that they could do stuff that's illegal. And when the cops confront them, the cops are fucked up.
I get that
That's why I can't
100%.
understand until you tell me what you went through. Cops in Halifax are good people. That's all I'm going to
Okay.
tell you.
Okay. Well, and I'm saying because you don't live there, my point is you can't say that because you don't
Yeah,
live there.
but you know
You
what?
had
I've
you
gone
had two.
places that I don't live, and I could say the cops are fucked up because I had bad experiences that I shouldn't have had, even though I was polite.
Okay, so you'll say all cops are fucked up because you had
I
those two
said
experiences,
bad experiences. You
right?
don't twist my
No,
words.
I'm asking you. I'm not
I
twisting your
never
words.
say
I'm asking
all
you.
cops are fucked up.
Okay,
I don't
right.
believe that.
So okay, so you had bad experience, right? But I'm saying is you cannot take away from other people's
I have
bad
to take
experience.
away. So
You
you
can't do
tell me,
that. You
go in
can't do
court,
that, bro.
hey,
You can't.
I'm not guilty. Okay, why are you not guilty? I'm not guilty. Why are you not guilty? I'm not guilty. Your ass is going to be in jail. You have to have substance. Why? Why? What happened for you to make this comment? If you tell me that that bitch is fucked up, am I just going to say all bitches are fucked up? That bitch is fucked up without knowing why? Nobody's that powerful, Lonzo.
I'm not
You have
saying
to know.
everybody's that powerful, but fuck,
But
if
no,
I'm,
not you in general. I'm saying
I
nobody.
never said me either. I said I know no everybody's not that
You
powerful. I
have to
know
know
that.
why.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Well, if you don't, you're gullible. I need to know
Sometimes I
why.
don't. Sometimes I don't because I know the experience that I've had. So if someone has an experience where they're saying, yes, it could be a fucked up experience, and they tell me, and I'm like, well, that's fucked up. You fucked up at the end of the day, right? But at the end of the day, I'm going to more or less be like, yeah, I know what you're feeling because we're black and this is what happens to us. And then you tell me the story and you tell me some, well, I jaywalked and the cop told me to get back on the street. Then I'll be like, yeah, well, that's nothing. That's nothing to fucking say cops are stupid for. But at the end of the day, I know what type of experience that we can have. So I'm not going to sit here
But
and
that
say,
has no relevance on the sidewalk thing. What could happen and what happened?
what do you mean it has no relevance? It could have been anything that happened. So I'm going to give my friend the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you the
You know
benefit
what?
of the doubt.
I don't
I'm
think our
telling you
show
that.
was meant to be on this topic.
But this is the topic we had. I'm just telling you what
You
it is.
see,
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, bro.
no, you have your
That's the way
opinion.
I
I
am.
have mine. You can't tell me how it is. That's your opinion, and I have my
Yeah, I'm not
opinion.
telling you.
It's
I'm
not
not
how it
telling you
is.
how it is. I'm not
I'm
telling you
just
how it
saying
is.
you're
I'm telling
entitled
you.
to your opinion as much as I am. If you don't have
I know
substance, your word means nothing. That's just
that,
common sense.
and that's
Then
right, and that's to you. But I'm saying, you as my friend that I've known for 30 years, you don't need to give me substance. You don't need to. I've known you long enough to where I can take. Okay, yeah, you've had some fucked up shit happen to you. You're my boy. I don't need substance. You're gonna tell me something. I'm like, all right, bro. Like I don't need
I don't know,
substance.
Anzo. I don't know that.
I take your word for the doubt, but that's just
It
me.
has nothing to do with word. If you say the cops are fucked up, that's your opinion. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If
Yeah,
you
but
want to tell me why they're fucked up, that's up to you. I'm not going to force you to tell me. But if someone comes and asks me, Anzo said the cops are fucked up, you know why? No. Then why do you think they're fucked up? No one doesn't know why. It doesn't hold. That's what I mean by substance. I'm not trying to insult you, but
I'm not
I
saying you are,
no,
bro.
but
That's
you
what I'm
see,
trying
but
to tell
you
you.
how is this not understanding?
I understand what you're saying. I'm just telling you, as my friend, I don't need to hear the
But
substance.
how
That's
does
what I'm
this come
telling.
down to friendship? We're talking about
No,
me going to Halifax
yes, yes,
and saying
I
the
know that.
cops
I
are
know,
nice.
no, I know
Now
that.
friendship.
No, I know that. But I'm saying, as me and
Obviously, if you
you,
tell me the
as
cops
a,
are fucked up, I give you the benefit of the doubt. But I'm still, like I said, going to ask you what happened,
of
Anzo.
course, I will ask you too.
There
Of
we
course.
go. There
I
we
will ask
go.
you too, of course. And
There
then
we
if you tell
go.
me, you jaywalked, then I'd be, bro, are you
Then you
fucking
tell
kidding
me,
me?
that's
I'd
fucked
be
up.
like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Or if you
That's
tell me
fucked
something
up. You're
fucked up, I say
complaining
that's
about
fucked
that
up.
stupidity. That's right.
Exactly. That's what
There
I'm
we
trying
go.
to say.
So you
That's
see,
my point that I'm
we
trying to
just
say.
come back and meet in full circle.
Well, Dandelion Fuff already said we were arguing about the same thing anyway.
That's what I'm trying to say. We're both arguing about the same thing.
and and my boy Danny wants to get in here, so I'm gonna send him the link just now. All right, let's bring in Mr. Danny Graham into this situation. Jeez, I hope he ain't feel like we're offending or anything like that. You know what I mean? Want to come in and check us,
Why? What
but
happened?
no, huh? No, he just said to send him the link.
Okay.
So I mean, with all the stuff we're talking about here, on it's called officer's discretion. Also, it could be a high priority call that came out, and it's easier to get. All right, yeah. So Danny's gonna come in just now. Wait for him to come in. Think he's gonna give us a little officer perspective, which is very good to have. You know what I mean?
Hey, why not?
So
We're
wait till he
giving you the
gets ready.
black perspective because we're both black.
Yeah, and I've been trying to get Danny on the show anyways. You know what I mean? So I'm
You know what
actually
I was
glad.
gonna say, Anto? I was gonna say let's give different shades of being black the perspective. Because like for instance, when I went to New Jersey, I remember I went there with a buddy of mine and I couldn't find him. And I was standing in the street and I noticed I was getting eyed down by the blacks, the Latinos, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Did I send him the right link? I hope so.
It's why two, not one? Like I'm black. But because I'm fair skinned, I guess I could pass for a Latino.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Do
And
you get like double discrimination?
um, because I'm dark skinned, no. I mean, the women love the dark skin, bro, right? But
This fucking guy.
the dark chocolate is always the best. But no, but like let's say for example, those Haitian, Snyder them that used to live in the building, they used to call us white. You know that, right? They used to say we were right. We weren't real black people because we didn't come from an island or anything like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
that's some ignorant shit, man.
yeah, yeah. But even Africans, like I used to be. What up, Danny?
Yeah, what's up, man? How y'all doing?
What's
We're
going on,
doing
Danny?
good, man. Glad you could
Nothing
come
much.
out.
Ain't no problem. I just wanted to along with y'all was talking something about something else.
Yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead. You came in to talk with you.
Yeah,
We'll go
I
back.
hear y'all were this debate back and forth about um some bad experience, some bad good experience.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime now the one he said, what Roberto said about officers out them for the same offense. He
Mm-hmm.
got 2 points. The other one got something that's kind
Yeah.
of jacked up because that happened to me. The trooper said before I became officer, he said, "You lucky I knew that other guy because I'm gonna give him a warning, so I got to give you a warning." He said, "But if you'd been by yourself, you'd have got a ticket." But he just knew the other driver. So basically, what they teach us is you can either write the ticket, and be professional, or talk a little bit of junk and get a warning. Don't do both. So,
Mm-hmm.
and if it was two guys or two white guys, if I'd have stopped them, I give them both the same thing, unless one was running their mouth more so than the other one. A lot of it is your attitude. You start the
Mm-hmm.
car and you being confrontational, chances are you're gonna get a ticket. But if you start the car and be like, "Officer, what happened?" I mean, you got to say, "Sir," like kind of, "Officer, I'm sorry," or I didn't realize that." Or a lot of times, your attitude. That's mainly what I based on when I was doing traffic stops. Get a good attitude. Usually, I try to help you out. But if you got a bad attitude, or a lot of people will say, "I pay your salary." No, I pay tax just like you. If you say
Mm-hmm.
I pay your salary to me when I come up to the car window, then you're gonna get a ticket. And I probably ain't gonna help you in the back of the court. It's all about your attitude.
That's what I
Now
was
one
saying earlier.
yeah. And then one thing like I think Roberto was saying he went to somewhere and the officers gave him a break. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times when you may go on a call and if there's nothing else going on, you might take it or whatever the case may be. But if you go to a call, let's say a noise nuisance, but a shooting or a murder come out, then chances are you say, okay, here's your warning, go about your business or don't do this next time because we got to get to the higher priority call. So
Mm-hmm.
something like that could have happened. And a lot of times it's officer discretion. Because someone's speeding, you don't have to lock them up. I mean, you can lock them up. A lot of people don't know that. You can that is an arrestable offense. But usually, everybody gives you a traffic ticket. But
So,
most
so
of
you
the
can
time,
get locked up for speeding?
yes, yeah. If you're out of state and you go to another state, technically we can lock you up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say, for instance, there was these people that was traveling under two comedians one time, and they were traveling from like Florida to New York. We knew if we write them that ticket, we weren't going to do that no more. So based on that, based on that they had a suspended license, the insurance on the car, locked them up. But and then if you like from Canada, there's something called a compact, basically where it's an agreement between all 50 states and some in Canada. Canada doesn't have it's not in that compact. So technically if we stop somebody from Canada, you're supposed to take the money on the side of the road, but no officer in their right mind want to take money on the side of the road because that can be something. Well, I gave him $100 and you only get 60. So we don't even do that. There's a time back in the day they used to have receipt books where you get all the person you write the ticket to a receipt, and then you turn money in. But a lot of stuff that's just an area a lot of people don't want to touch. If you got good sense, you want to touch it. A lot of times Canadians they come to the United States, you don't get a ticket, you don't have to pay it because you're not hold to the same standard.
Laws.
We can't suspend your license. We can't do that stuff because you're not in the compact, in the agreement. There's like one or two states that's not in the agreement as well. So some of it is bad cops, just like anything else. It's like there's bad doctors. You go
Mm-hmm.
to one doctor and you get an operating table and they mess up and you're dead. You got a bad fireman didn't pay attention in class. They're bad cops. Right now, the cops are in the hot seat. And I know there was one in the chat saying that I didn't do this, I did
Yeah.
that. Look, I,
Mm-hmm.
I, I can't change your mind. I can say if you live where I live at, all I have is my name because cops don't make a lot of money. I'm not rich. I live. I don't live high on a horse, but I live comfortable.
Mhm.
But I try to do what's right because I got a conscience, and I got to do what the law says. The law says ABC 1 2 3. Then I got to do ABC 1 2 3.
Well, I wish all of them did, Danny.
Yeah,
Like I said, I don't think all cops are bad. It's just that one experience that I had where both of us committed the same offense.
that was jacked
I
up.
Yeah, that was, like I didn't say anything. He pulled us over. I thought he was a little aggressive to begin with because he just walked up to our cars, license, registration, and insurance. License, registration, insurance. He took it. He went back to his car. So me and the other guy, because it was so abrupt, we started talking. Oh man, what do you think's gonna happen? Da da da. We were parked right beside each other. So he more or less just gave us our stuff and walked away.
You
And we had a
remember?
chance to talk again.
You remember too? It could be a lot of things. It could be officer could have been a rookie because you're supposed to ride. Okay, you go to here where I'm at. The academy is 12 weeks. Then you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to ride another additional 8 weeks. But in real life, it takes an officer to get really comfortable with the law 3 to 5 years, where something come up, he or she's not shaking because a lot of times when you gotta make split second decisions.
Mhm.
I've been doing this for 25 years, and there's
Wow.
some things I'm like, I gotta read the book or I gotta go back and refresh my memory. But most things I've seen a lot of stuff, and it's like second nature to me. I seen Anzo a video where I had to shoot somebody,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
and because of my training, it was second nature, and it saved my life. So I say that to say this is that sometimes when you cross an officer, it could be an experienced officer, it could be officer having a bad day, it could be
Mm-hmm.
officer having trouble at home, it could be officer not feeling good, it could be all kind of stuff. So you can't, and people love to lump officers in the same barrel.
Yep.
all officers messed up, they jacked up. No, you just come across one because we've all went to the store and come across a butthole, or we
Mm-hmm.
all went to somewhere in our community and cross somebody that we deem an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but there are assholes in our profession
Everywhere,
too. Now, the
Absolutely.
everywhere.
bad, the pitiful thing is that the officers that are shooting black males happen to be white, and they're doing it at an alarming rate. But I don't know. And I often said this: if the narrative was in reverse, I would think things would be done a lot more aggressively.
I'd
Mm-hmm.
have to agree.
I've
I'd
made
have
that
to agree.
statement before, but I have to be careful
It's bold.
when I say things because sometimes, unfortunately, you can be labeled with an angry black person. I
Mm-hmm.
can't afford that because I'm right
Mhm.
at the finish line. But I promise you, anyone that knows me, I speak my mind. I pick my fights.
Mm-hmm.
I do what I got to do, and I try to help people. So if I can help you, better believe I will help you. If I can't, then I can't help you.
Mm-hmm.
If you need advice, I can tell you what I would do. I am an expert at keeping my ass out of trouble. And anyone listen to me, they won't be in trouble too because I ain't got nothing to tell nobody prison.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of things I don't like, but I know within my world I have a little bit of power and control, and I use that power and control to the best of my ability. But outside of my world, my jurisdiction, I don't have the power. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, Live 10187, bro. I'm sorry you went through what you went through. I guarantee if I was in that neighborhood, I wouldn't have treated you like that. But all I can say, bro, is I'm sorry that happened to you. But I try to do the best I can and what I can do. So,
Ooh, I didn't even realize what he said here. Like, I've seen cops like you ignore everything, then want to shake people. It's like we said, being a cop is like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? It's like a brotherhood. And you can't go against the brotherhood, whether you think it's right or wrong. You know what I mean? You have to look out for your own self. You have a career, you have a job, you have a family, and you don't want to fuck that up. And
A
but
highly scrutinized job.
I can tell you that they're tightening up because just recently where I'm at, they sent out a directive that there used to be a time where you could see something, a cop do something crazy,
mm-hmm,
and kind of be like, they ain't none of my business. But now you have to tell because if they find out you know, it can roll back on you and you can get the same punishment or discipline or even worse than the cop that did whatever infraction. So it's cracking down. I mean,
mm-hmm,
I don't know about all places. I know where I'm at. It's cracking down. And my boss, I mean, he's a white guy and he's by the book. He's fair. If he can help you, he don't see color.
mm-hmm.
And I can
You
tell
might.
you now, in the past 2 or 3 months, I think people where I'm at appreciate us because I guarantee you, about a month, our money wasn't good where we was at. People was always buying us lunch or see us in uniform, buying us dinner stuff and saying they appreciate us. I know parts of the country people ain't saying that, but where I'm at, so I'm proud of where I'm at. Um, all the agencies try to work together. We have community functions and we try to do what's right. So
Mm-hmm. And
every
that's
go
sorry,
ahead.
Danny. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I say every community got to do that.
Hmm.
Every community, you got to say you're not gonna change something until you say I'm sick and tired of this.
Mm-hmm.
You got a weight problem, you gonna when you wake up, I'm sick and tired of being fat. That's when you're gonna lose it. Or
Mm-hmm.
if you got some kind of money problems, I'm sick and tired of being broke, and that's when you're gonna do it. So you can get sick and tired of something, in my opinion, to change something. And I'm sick and tired of hearing people say that this and that about cops. So
Mm-hmm.
I do what I'm supposed to do. I do all that I can. And the people that I
Absolutely.
work with, I feel like they do it the same way. There's some people in there in my profession. I don't think they're none of my department I'm aware of because if it was, I would point it out. So I don't think I have that problem about cops doing stupid crooks. I have seen some in other departments, Everybody do some stupid stuff. So I know it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I was saying. Like I never would say all cops are bad. You know what I mean? Like I tell you straight up, I never thought I would have a good friend as a cop. You're not just my friend, you're my brother. You know what I mean? And we
I
met on
appreciate
this
it.
and we
Yep.
met on this YouTube stuff, and I have nothing but respect for you, and I know for a fact that you're a good cop. I know it.
Thank you. And that goes both ways. And you too, Roberto, even though
Thank you.
you like you got some disdain for cops. We ain't all
Oh
bad, bro.
no, what? No, no, no. I don't got nothing wrong with cops, man. Like I said, for me, uh, when I was younger, I was ignorant. I was part of that regiment, F the police.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I had no reason to be. And as I got older, I just didn't experience and didn't think that way anymore. And I noticed that if I just, talk with respect, you get respect. And when I don't, I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to cry it out.
I can tell you now, for me, it's attitude. The first 30 seconds of a traffic stop will determine whether or not I write somebody a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
They come out crazy or they say something like, man, if they ever say they pay my salary, they getting a ticket.
But that's so stupid. Like, how
And,
could you
and
say
you,
that and think
you,
something
you,
good's
would,
gonna
you
come
wouldn't
out of it?
believe it.
You
You
know?
wouldn't believe it. You would not believe how many times I haven't heard that in my career. Or they'll say something like, I know your boss. I'm gonna call
Oh,
you.
really?
Okay, here's his number right here.
You know?
But right now you get his ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's crazy, man. If I can do 4 more years, maybe 8, I'm out.
And that's the thing. I absolutely agree with you because I had a friend that was exactly the same way. Every time we got stopped, he was like, "Why the fuck you stopping me? Fuck you, pigs! Fuck you!" And I'd have to tell him,
Yeah.
"Bro, we're gonna be here for like an hour now because you just won't shut up." You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like, let them do their job, and then we'll go. If they give you a ticket, you make money. You can pay the ticket, no problem. So instead of yelling off your mouth, just be cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Could I
why you
ask you a
gotta do that?
question, Daddy?
Yes, sir.
If you're at a light and you see the guy in front of you, constantly looking in his rear view and side mirror, what are the chances he won't get pulled over?
It depends. A lot of that stuff depends on like time of day. People don't want to believe this, man, but sometimes the example you used was jacked up. But sometimes there is robberies or crimes committed and people fit description.
Mhm.
Sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
stuff is legit. Sometimes it depends on the time of day, time of night. If it's a high crime area, they're probably going to get stopped if you're doing something suspicious because there's certain things that cops are that's called interdiction. A cop that's well versed in interdiction goes to school and gets trained, and I give you an instance like most of the times if you see a rental car, um, a lot of times they have a lot of the trees, the decorated trees. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about
Mhm.
the air fresheners,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
um, energy drinks thrown on the floor, food on the floor, multiple phones. They're going from New York to Florida or something like that, but they ain't got no luggage in the car. You ask where you going? I'm going to New York on vacation. Okay, how you going to New York on vacation and you ain't got no clothes in the car? Or it's a rental car and you done find rental paperwork where that person been to Florida 2 3 times. One piece by itself is not enough, but if you put all the stuff together, then
It's
it's
a
called
puzzle.
yeah. So but you have to be able to articulate that to a judge if you find something or while you're at a traffic stop, be like, look, I did this because he was acting very nervous. I noticed that his carotid artery was thumping. You can see it sometimes, man, like pulsating real good. He was sweating and it wasn't hot. You gotta put all that stuff together. But by itself, one, two by itself, but if you got 7 or 8 indicators, then you got to be able to articulate why you did ABC 1 2 3 and stuff. Some officers are good at it, some aren't good at it. I don't mess with that stuff, but being in the position that I am, I got to know a little about every kind of stuff. So it just depends on. Sometimes, like you develop a sixth sense because you doing it so long. There's some calls you go to, you be like, man, I'm gonna leave this cat alone because it might get kind of dicey. And that's when we be like, well, sir, man, I'm just stopping you because your tail light was out. But I'm giving you a verbal warning. Have a good night. Go on about your way. You listen to your sixth sense. I done listened to mine
Okay.
before.
Okay.
But it's a lot of stuff, man. If you get a lot of people, they want to tell the truth. If you watch indicators, man, it'll tell you every time. Because most time, if somebody lying and you got
Mm-hmm.
them, they'll look up or look to left or right. They're accessing their brain
Mm-hmm.
for a lie. Or if they say something back to you, oh, so where last Saturday night? Where did I go last Saturday night? Let me see. They
Mm-hmm.
start stuff like that. Most of the time, they're accessing their brain to try to think up a lie. Or that's what they teach us. Some stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
the time you say, where you let it turn out? Okay, last Saturday night, I was at certain. If you telling the truth, you don't have to think of something most of the time. It just flows out natural. But if you
Mm-hmm.
lying and you be like, and every time you ask somebody a question, they're reading it back to you. What was you wearing last night? What was I wearing last night?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go last night to eat? Where did I go last night to eat? They say something like that. Chances are they lying. And
Mm-hmm.
if you put enough pressure on them, sometimes they'll crack, sometimes they won't. It's just something that you do over years and you develop an act for it. You pick certain traits up. So
The only reason I asked you that question, Danny, is because I had a friend who did that all the time, and he would always say, "I don't understand why they keep pulling me over." And I thought it was due to your suspicious behavior. That's why they pull you over. And if they happen to find something, it's a bonus.
uh, this is a this is a very what's the word I want to use? It's a very complex profession.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are natural at it. Um, 'Cause you got all different kind of aspects of it. You got investigations, you got patrol, you got narcotics, you got undercover, you got interdiction, you got internal affairs. I'm in the command staff part of it, where like a decision maker and stuff. So it's different aspects of it, and you just get drawn to whatever I think you natural at, or you got an interest in. But a lot of solving cases is good police work, and a lot of it is just luck, and a lot of it is, especially if a woman is scorned or somebody else trying to get back at somebody else, they'll tell you. You don't
Okay.
you think they won't, but if they got some kind of beef or something, or in the drug world trying to take somebody else out. Now sometimes they'll be like, "Nah, I'm good." They try on self accept. I've not seen that before too. So I guess it just depends on whatever situation that falls in a particular category that you wanna do, or whatever particular category that person is. 'Cause there's some people that just they can't they can lie, but you can tell they lying. Or now one thing that cops can do that I the only thing you can do, cops can manipulate the facts. That's one thing you can do. Like when you interview somebody, they can
Mm-hmm.
lie. You can lie and manipulate stuff. But other than that, you gotta be on the up and up.
Oh, we
Right.
hope.
So we
Right.
can, like, say for instance, we can bring a folder. You like in this folder right here, we got a signed confession from Roberto Alonso saying that you and him went and robbed this thing, and there won't be nothing in there, but we'll put it in there. Or I've seen people put it in there, and he'll see that thing, and then they'll. If you ever see these stores do all the time, they have him walk into the office and make sure Roberto Tianzo walked into the office. But
Mm-hmm.
we just doing that to try to pressure on him or other things. It's a lot of stuff like that. So
Okay.
when you're doing interviews, sometimes you kind of manipulate stuff.
I'll tell you right now, I would never take a polygraph because that shit just has me so nervous. I would probably just
Some people
fail.
can beat it up.
Yeah, but what if you're just so paro that because you end up failing it?
Hmm. I think it's pretty. I've had a couple done, and it's pretty on point
Really, huh?
because they'll ask you a bunch of questions. Are you black? Is your name Roberto? Do you live in Canada? Are you a male? Uh, Sky blue? And they said they'll ask you like, now tell her. I ask you when I ask you a question, lie about it. Is your name Roberto? No. And then that little thing will flip. I don't know what it is, but it reads your like your pulse, breathing, all that stuff, and that little thing on the back.
Okay.
You just set it, man. It'll tell. So
So, for with a polygraph test, right? Let's say you're testing someone who actually believes his own lies. Do you think the polygraph will still be able to catch that?
I don't know.
You're not sure, huh?
I don't know.
Mhm.
That shit scares me, man.
I know it used to be. Now I think the laws changed some here in America, but it used to be if someone failed a polygraph, you couldn't sign a warrant or do anything on them. But if they passed a
Mhm.
polygraph, then you had to stop investigating them. So it worked on one way, but I think now you can use the polygraph in addition to whatever evidence you have as well.
And are polygraphs now, like in courts, use polygraphs now? Because I remember at one
I
point.
just, that's what I just said.
Oh, okay.
It used to be not admissible, but now
Hmm.
I think it's admissible along with other evidence. I don't think it's admissible by itself only. If all they
Gotcha.
get is you fail a polygraph, that's not enough. So if they got DNA or they got witnesses or this whatever in addition to the polygraph, then I think that it holds more carries more weight. Because what a lot of people don't know is the state, the officers, we got to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt
Hmm.
Anzo and Roberto a burglary. All your
Hmm.
attorney got to prove is that maybe Danny did it.
Hmm.
All they do is put
Yeah.
that one little doubt. If they put that one little beat of doubt, then they're supposed to find you not guilty.
Hmm.
And a lot of
That's
times
how
it's
OJ got off.
yep, like the gloves
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, that's how he got off. They put one little piece of doubt in the jury's mind, and just that
Mhm.
one little piece of doubt is what. And we all know he did it, bro.
But now because of bad rep cops get it's called jury nullification. And
Hmm.
what's happening now is that the jury can know that the person did the crime. But because they're so pissed at cops now, they're still saying not guilty. Which
That's crazy.
in real life they fucking themselves because if you got a burglary that's burned in your neighborhood, but you pissed off at the cops, it's no, I'm gonna let Sticky Fingers back out. Okay, then Sticky Fingers probably gonna end up stealing something from you. So I mean, don't. There's other ways to hurt cops. I mean, but you'd be
Hmm.
crazy if we get evidence showing that this is a killer, a raper, a murder, whatever, just because you mad because something happened 2 states over. You gonna say not guilty? I mean, that's crazy.
Have you seen experiences of that? Like, of
Oh,
experience of that?
it's happening. It's gonna
Really?
happen. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
gonna happen.
That's crazy. And
It's,
that's the thing. No justice gets served like that. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna let someone out who's a murderer, and he's just gonna continue doing what he was doing. That's not good, man.
yeah,
Yep.
Makes your job a lot harder as well, right?
it does. It's frustrating when you do all the time and effort work you get them, and then shoot, they'll make bond. Sometimes you put them in jail before you get back to the office, depending on what time of day it is. They made bond before you get off work. That is, I mean, it's frustrating, but you do what you do, and especially with like drugs. The main thing you got the drugs or DUI, you got the drug off the road. But getting a conviction now,
Hmm.
it's really hard
That's crazy.
in some places.
That's absolutely crazy, man. Because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, man, it's like people are gonna just try and start getting away with everything now. You know what I mean?
Uh, it's it's crazy, bro. But I love it. It's that once you get your blood, man, it's hard to get away from. I get away from about almost a year driving truck. I was like, nah, I can get back to it. And now I'm glad I stuck with it 25 years later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing what I want to do. I'm able to influence, teach other young officers. And hopefully when I leave, then my right hand will be able to take my place and he can do the same thing. So
And do the same thing that you did. Absolutely. And that's what I've always said, Danny. I said you are an honor and a asset to your company because the way you think and your attitude, I really hope it rubs off on a lot of people, man.
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
You see
good
what Matt
piece.
you see what Matt said though?
I know I heard a cop like, man, man, really? You hurt me with that.
Oh man, everybody's on you with the blank
I
man
ain't
stuff.
dog. I'm not gonna be like that. What say? The only way I would, by the way.
By
Okay,
the way,
thank you, man.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. We all know, Danny, like to me, I think you are one of the most stand up guys on YouTube right now. You know what I mean? You know, we stream with Rob and everything. I love Rob, but when it comes to a stand up person, that's you, man.
Thank you. I feel the same way. And I tell you, as soon as over, I'm gonna try to make that trip.
Yeah,
That
you
place,
should.
that
You
place you
won't
showed
regret it.
was beautiful, bro. I was like, well, I've been there several times and drove a truck, but it was long enough to drop off the damn look freight and call back up. I crossed over in Detroit and
Hmm.
then I came back through New York. And shit, I remember being cold as fuck up. I'm like, damn, who the hell want to live up here? But shit.
If you come in the winter time, yeah, our winters are bad, boy.
Oh my
Eh,
God.
Our
It
winters
was,
are
it was
bad.
cold and rainy when I went up there. I was like, shit.
But our winters aren't as bad now. We'll have maybe a
No, we had a light
stretch where
winter last year.
what's that?
We had a light winter.
Yeah, but we like that's what I'm saying. We only have like really stretches where it's cold for like a week, and then the rest of the weather is like it's okay. It's all this global warming crap that's happening. You know what I mean? But you come up during the summer, me and Roberta will definitely take you around for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
I got
Hopefully
a,
the festivals are running again because this is like
Yeah,
festival town in the summer.
I got a
yeah.
beach up there.
Beaches?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got beaches. We
Okay.
got a beach. We got that man-made beach there. I don't know where it is. We got water
In Verdun.
slides. We got a yeah. There's one in Verdun, but there's one. So yeah, Verdun. That's it. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that video you sent me, man, that looked like a pretty good place to have some fun.
Yeah, I sent him. We were at the old port, so I sent him some pictures of the
Okay,
old
yeah, the
port.
old port's nice.
Yeah, really nice, especially when like without this virus stuff going on, there's fireworks going off every weekend. You know, you go
Yeah,
down
we
there
have the
sometimes.
World Festival.
Yeah, yeah. So every country every week does their fireworks. Sometimes there's little outdoor concerts there. Yeah, you would love it, man. It's fun.
Just for Laughs, the Jazz Festival,
Mm-hmm. Jazz
Putin.
Fest is the best. Like you go to the Jazz Fest. I
I
went
ain't
to the
never.
Jazz.
We don't have pooches here. I ain't never heard
Well,
of
you
that.
know that's the first thing you're getting when you reach.
No, I want the beaver tail. Oh my God.
You have a
The beach.
Putin and a beaver tail right after.
Yep.
Yep. And Master, y'all come down for Caravana. That's true. We Caravana as well. You know what I mean? Here,
We're
Toronto.
here. Here's a joke.
Yeah, here is a, compared to Toronto's, our Caravana is a joke.
What's
But
the
I won't lie,
caravan?
Caravana is like the island festival. You know, Jamaica, Barbados, and all that. Their Independence Day, so they have like a little parade and everything. But I won't lie, last year's Caravana was good though.
Was it? I haven't been
Yeah,
in like a good 15 years.
yeah. No, I went to last year's one. It was good. It was good. There was a lot of people there, floats and everything. Yeah, it was nice.
Good deal.
It was nice. So, like I said, if you come around July, those times, early July, late June, that's when we have everything kicking off over here, bro. You would love the Jazz Fest.
Try and keep that in mind.
Definitely. We'd definitely like to have you. And Mad said, Danny is the best. Absolutely.
Thank you,
And then, yeah,
man. So are you. Thank you.
yep. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Our community is great. I love it. You know what I mean? We have a lot of good people in our community. So it's absolutely wonderful.
Yep. Not enough chocolate at Carolina. Need you guys to.
Wait, hold on. Carabana Toronto doesn't have enough chocolate? Are you kidding me? I thought there's nothing but chocolate out there during that time. Like even Shaq goes to Carabana Toronto.
Shaq.
Shaq, yep.
Okay.
Shaq has been down there. A couple of other basketball players have come to Carabana and Toronto. Like theirs is nothing compared to ours. Is nothing compared to theirs.
I
That's for
mean,
sure.
it should be. Montreal used to be the mecca for the
Mm-hmm.
Carabana, and
Yep.
then when they passed this French 101 law, it's
Mm-hmm.
like we gave everything to Toronto. Toronto just became the mecca.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
like is Toronto. What'd you say is that? What other place? Y'all live at where at now?
We're in
Montreal.
Montreal.
Montreal. Toronto, Montreal, as Calgary, Alberta, or something like that.
Yeah,
Calgary,
that's out
Alberta is
west.
out west, yeah.
You don't want to go out there. It's cold, man. Their
Yeah.
winters.
Mm-hmm.
Winnipeg, Calgary. Oh man.
See, that's
What?
that's why if you went out there during those times, yeah, you're damn right it's cold.
No.
I don't know where part's closer to Detroit. That's where I come in at, and I deliver at the Freightliner place.
Detroit, isn't it Toronto?
Yeah,
That's
I think it
Ontario,
is
no?
Toronto. Yeah.
I enter through Detroit and then leave up through like Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
Ontario.
Toronto.
Next,
Yeah, it's
it's
Ontario,
Niagara
Toronto.
Falls. So I was like, "Jeez."
Okay, you see Niagara Falls, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's Toronto, Ontario. Yeah, that's not far from Montreal. You know, maybe 8 hour drive from Montreal, depending on how you drive. I'm pretty sure Roberto could do that in 6.
Back in the day.
You know, but yeah, definitely come out here, man. You would have a great time. Mad said,
We will
nope,
make sure of it, Danny. We'll make sure of it.
not enough for me. Never, ever. Never enough. Of course not. Of course, it's never enough. But we'll come out there too. You know what I mean? Like I said, Danny comes up for a weekend, take you to the old port. You know what I mean? We'll take you to the Jazz Fest if you come around that time. Like you would love that shit.
We gotta do it. If they ever open this damn, God, I hope Biden and this woman be able to do something. He picked his running mate yesterday. Black
Mad
female.
What was that?
Biden was running mate yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I heard people
Camilla.
are not happy with that choice. I know nothing about her.
Well, I know what they have because if he wins it and he dies, which is probable, be the first
Female president,
second black
black.
president.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
scenario I kind of created, that Biden's going to have to resign due to his
Health.
age, his insanity, and Kamala's going to take over.
You would not like that.
The question is, does Biden beat Trump though?
That is, because they're already
Oh,
trying to ruin this guy.
I don't know, bro.
I hope he does.
They're saying that he is purposely slowing down the mail, which we can see.
Who Trump is doing that?
He just recently replaced the postmaster for the
Mm-hmm.
USPS, U.S. Postal Service, and
Yeah.
the mail is going to like a crawl now, bro.
Wow. That's why it takes so long for me to get stuff from the States now.
Yeah, you see, he's trying to. Well, it's being reported that he's trying to stop like the mail-in ballots and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
How are you guys going to do the election with COVID being in the state that it is? Like,
You can mail it in, or you can do like they got social distancing at the polls and stuff. They changed because it used to be like the all electronic stuff. Now it's paper, it's a sheet of paper, and you gotta
okay.
push something, and then you push it in there, and then electronically, and then also stats on that paper. So you got two forms of it. So if the electronic go out for whatever case, it's still gonna count that vote on the paper, and then you put the paper in this box they got. But
Okay.
it is crazy for around voting time. Oh my lord. There used to be
Yeah.
lines wrapped around the building.
Mm-hmm.
It's voting and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Especially,
gonna be weird. The voting this year is gonna be weird.
yeah. See, like when Obama was president. Oh my God.
It was crazy, eh?
Yes. It was crazy. I was just, I'm pissed off at my wife because she never votes. I'm like, how the hell can you complain about something you don't vote? She ain't vote since we married.
I don't vote either, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on, dog.
Yeah, I really don't. I
To
really
vote,
don't.
bro. You can't complain if you don't vote.
I don't complain. That's
You
the
don't
thing.
complain. You don't complain
You
about
know,
nothing.
no, I,
About
no, I
nothing.
don't. I don't complain. I really don't. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So I know if I don't vote, I can't complain, right? But our prime minister, who got elected, legalized weed. So I ain't got no problems with it.
Oh
I ain't got
God.
no problems with it.
Oh my Lord.
I ain't got no problems with him. Everybody hates the shit out of this guy. And I'm like, well, he
He
legalized
did a
weed.
good
So
thing. He did a good thing there.
with
God.
that, he did. No, for real, Daddy, he did. Because you got to understand, some people are getting arrested for having a spliff, like a joint. You know what I mean? Getting locked up for having a joint. And like, is it really worth it to lock up someone for a joint?
Okay, let's just do the hypothetical because this will always do.
Mm-hmm.
They have DUI in Canada.
Absolutely.
Okay, driving under the influence. That could be medication. That could be alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly people associate that with alcohol. But say for somebody put something in some of that weed, a hallucinogenic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, alcohol is already bad enough. Now you're gonna put something, a second thing out there, and that's what I'm looking at it for. Cause I mean, how I
And you
feel
know what?
about it. If you
Yeah,
want
go
to
ahead.
do what you do, I don't care. One way, I don't. I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not what I'm telling. I'll be 50 next month, and you may think I'm lying, but man, I've never tasted beer. I tasted beer one time in my life.
Well,
That just ain't nothing that I want to do. Now I'll drink my fair share of liquor,
mm-hmm.
and I'll drink a wine cooler, or my favorite thing is Bacardi and Coke. I'll drink
Mm-hmm.
that, but like beer and stuff. And I've never, ever, ever done any kind of drugs. And I'm not bad mouthing anybody. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you do, but that just ain't for me. And
Got you.
I'm really just like DUIs. That really is one of my pet peeves because you don't have to drink yourself crazy, then try to
Mm-hmm.
get on the road or
Mm-hmm.
smoke yourself crazy or whatever you gonna do yourself crazy. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a good time, and but I want to be able to remember what the hell I done. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
second of all, I don't want to be so much out of control that I don't know what somebody could possibly hurt me or somebody I'm weird to care about. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't never get sloppy drunk. I've only
Mm-hmm.
been drunk one time in my life. That when I was in Marine Corps in my 20s. But now I don't get sloppy drunk, all that kind of stuff, because I want to be in control. If somebody acts stupid, I want to be able to handle myself or protect my family if we out somewhere. So, I mean, that's just my reasons behind it.
No,
And I
and I agree.
guarantee I have a great time.
And no, and I agree with that. I don't get sloppy drunk anymore either. Like I just can't do it. And I
Right.
don't get when I get drunk, I don't get drunk to the where I don't remember. I throw up like crazy. I get headaches. I mean, I throw up so much that I have nothing in my stomach, and I'm
Mm.
just sitting over the toilet going, "Ugh, ugh," nothing's coming, and nothing's coming out. You know, so I
Yeah.
can't take that, and then I get the headaches in the morning. But to go back with the driving, like I will tell you this: if they catch you driving high, it's a lot more severe than if they catch you driving drunk. They
Yeah,
Damn.
but
take
you know what? The thing I don't understand is when they legalized it, they had those roadblocks up
yeah,
all
yeah,
over.
yeah. They're
I
trying to catch
haven't
people.
seen or heard that in
But you know what
maybe a
legalize
year.
it? I guarantee they taxing the shit out of it.
Absolutely,
That's
They're
why.
making so much
absolutely,
money off of it, it ain't
That's
funny.
why.
absolutely,
That's why.
absolutely. And it's like Roberto said, when they first legalized it, maybe for like the first month, they had roadblocks everywhere.
People were so paranoid. I know guys
Yep,
who quit smoking,
Yeah.
yep.
It's gonna happen down here where I don't know when, but I see it coming.
It's gonna come.
especially the two together, because that's really bad.
Drinking
Yeah.
and smoking.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
what
I'm telling you,
like
I'm
you have zero balance.
Hmm. They will take your license, right? Like if you get um, caught drinking and driving, I think they suspend your license, and then after the second or third one, they take it away. With weed, you get it taken away right away for a year. The
Should
first
tell you how
offense,
crazy it is
right away.
here. You can get caught drinking and driving Sunday. Monday,
Hmm.
you can go to DMV and get a provisional license. And
What?
yes, and a provisional license gives you the ability to drive to and from work.
Oh no, there's none of that here.
Mhm. It's a different
I
No.
think
color.
they have it here, but it's just very
Oh,
hard
do
to
they?
get.
It's called something
You know
else.
what
I
they
can't
do?
think.
Actually, they have it here. They put the breathalyzer thing in your
Oh
car,
yeah.
and you have to blow into it to start your car.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
It's
That's
different.
what they do
It's a
here.
different color here. Our regular licenses are red, and if you
Okay.
get a CDL, they're like blue.
Hmm.
And the beginner permit is like you don't have nothing on it, but the provisional is yellow. So if you get a provisional license, you can drive to and from work because they won't stop you from making a living. If well, that's crazy, man. It's a joke.
So, do they give you like do they find out what time you work schedule and let you know that you can only drive from that time?
Not really. No,
So,
I don't think it's
mhm.
only enforceable if someone stops you.
Okay,
But
okay,
they don't have nothing in place to be like, okay, I'm gonna see you. I was going to work to such and such. No, but if we stop, say for instance, um, you work at Walmart, whatever, and you know that Walmart closes at 10 o'clock, and you
hmm.
got there at 2 o'clock, and we actually license you pull out provisional, then we can write the thank you for violation of provisional driver's license, wherever the fine be, that kind
Hmm.
of stuff.
Okay.
But again, a lot of that stuff attitude. If we got some sense, chances are most cops I know will work with you. But if you come out, wow, okay.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
that book, man, the Sacramento law book, oh my God, it's thick. It is thick, but if you got the pages to sit down and look, you'll find something. You'll find something, bro. I'm telling you, I have found something. Okay, this mother right here, my damn act a donkey. I'm act a donkey, and I go in that book. Okay, yeah. You was driving on a Tuesday. You can only drive on a Friday. Here you go.
Hmm.
But that's it. And a lot of times, more times than not, this is what crazy. When you try to help somebody, that's when you get in trouble.
Really?
But when you do your job, yeah, there been plenty of times, man. One time, I'm telling you, the guy, he cussed me out. I mean, cussed me out, all kind of crazy stuff. I said, sir, I kept professional. Only reason I didn't lock him up because his son was a state trooper.
Mm.
I knew him. I said, I ain't gonna lock up old boy daddy. He acting donkey.
Hmm.
Shoot, before I could get back to the sheriff's office, I mean to the police department, I still was already up there complaining to my captain. Man,
Really?
your officer did it. They was like, huh? And I had
What?
investigated.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and the captain said, Danny, all the witnesses said that you took all that cursing and stuff. He said you should have locked his ass up. Lock his ass up, then you wouldn't win all this. But now you get to this case. So sometimes, man, when you try to help somebody and do the right thing, they'll come up there with something
Turns on you.
called BS, and then you got to go through the investigative process. Then you
Yep.
go ahead and doing your job. And like I love body camera, I love them
Hmm.
because they save your ass. They'll shut somebody that's lying down in a minute.
Hmm.
Now, if you jacked up, they'll get you too. But if you right, boy, ain't nothing like seeing the people's face when they come in them lies, and you put the camera on and say, "No, what'd you say?" I love it. I love to see their face when they lying.
Yeah, they don't want. They don't. The cops here don't want to wear the body cam.
Hey, they better do it. I'm telling you. Now, if you're doing something stupid, yeah, just like that thing you told me about. Y'all talking about earlier. That happened in Wilmington, North Carolina,
Mm.
where those cops were. They were checking the video footage, just
Hmm.
Was
routine
that
checking.
recent though, Danny, or was that a while
That
ago?
was like
Because that
last month,
Last
okay,
month,
yeah,
right?
because
Yeah.
I just saw it on the news today.
and the chief was the first black cop, the first black chief there at that police department, and it was his first week.
Hmm.
They were checking. I don't know who was checking it, and it
Checking
was
the
like
cams. That's
a
right.
seasoned cop and like maybe a rookie. It was 3 cops total, and they were talking about how they couldn't wait to kill one of us and couldn't wait to
Put a bullet
create
in her
a
head.
war.
The
And this
war,
and
they're
that.
raging a
Yeah.
war against the blacks. That's what he
Mhm.
said.
Hmm.
Something along those lines.
Yep. And then to go on what you said about if someone threatens them, no, you gotta have proof because someone could be lying. Someone can walk in and say, Roberto say he gonna shoot my head off. We just can't go there and lock you up just on somebody's word. We gotta have proof. Gotta corroborate that. We'll say like two different independent things to corroborate. Now, if we go to you and talk to you, you say, "Yeah, I said it," and you got
Hmm.
means, opportunity, and motive, then you want to get charged. But if someone is going there and say, "Roberto threatened Anzo," no, you gotta have proof of that. You gotta have probable cause, what they call it.
Well, I seen some crazy shit, Danny. I was at a friend of mine's place. His was to be wife was beating the shit out of him, and I was like, "Yo, leave! You know, why are you
Hmm.
staying here?" And he's like, we're gonna get married, whatever. So he calls the cops, and when the cops come, they walk right past her and arrest him.
Because most people assume when it comes to domestic violence that the woman is automatically the victim. It's not the case. And a lot of times, where the case where the woman is the abuser and not the victim, the man is afraid or ashamed because he feels people laugh at him. I mean, if
Okay,
your wife
because
was cutting your butt, would you want your boys to know and stuff? I mean,
well, that's what I kind of told him. Why don't you just leave?
yeah.
It'd be easier. But the thing is when I tried to tell him, listen, he's the one that made the call. They told me shut up if I want to get arrested. I
Mm,
didn't do anything to deserve. I don't think I intervened. I was
no.
standing pretty far back.
A lot of
Hmm.
times, man, it's just I tell you, when you years ago, cops could say stuff, do stuff, and people would believe them. But now you have to be professional at all times. You got to be careful what you say because most of they got these mics and stuff now that times you cut your lights on, it's coming on. Or
Hmm.
times you they got some so sophisticated time when you pull your gun or taser, the mics are coming on, the cameras are coming on. So it's changing now to benefit the citizens and the cops, the good cops.
Hmm.
Bad cops is gonna catch them, but the
Hmm.
good cops is gonna validate what they're saying, and it should give citizens more confidence that as the technology improves, there's gonna be better stuff out there. So if cop does something, 'cause right now we gotta if our lights are cut on, cameras are cut on. Policy that we have: if you get out on a call, you need to have your body cam on, or you can have your car cam on with audio on. So I stress that. I just sent that a text out in my department this week. Make sure you got your cameras, body cameras on, car cameras on, one or the other. So, and I've seen different departments that I mean they are high tech. They getting now, man. Motorola
Hmm.
getting facial recognition on some of this stuff. So
Oh
if you
yeah.
get a warrant, that camera, that body camera, it'll look like it'll be off, but it'll be panning through the crowd. And if it recognizes somebody that has a warrant, it'll send a text or something to your phone or something, alert you some kind of way,
That
saying
is
Really?
crazy. That is
Roberto
crazy.
Roberto got a warrant. So I'm telling you, man, this technology is crazy.
That's almost like those guys driving around to put the boots on your vehicle.
Yep.
Hmm.
So,
They're coming to arrest you. Technology is a bitch, yo.
Well, I'll tell you this. One time when we got pulled over, again, it was driving dirty. License was, I'm not licensed. I think, yeah, was it license? License needed to be renewed, you know? And we were on Jacques Cartier, whatever, it's a bridge down a highway. And we drove past the cop. And I don't know because he didn't even like get behind us and search. He, as soon as we passed him, he came up and stopped us right away. Like he knew that the license was suspended before we even got past her. So I'm like, there had to have been something on that bridge that notify him. that the license or registration was not valid.
Talking about the license plate.
Yeah,
They
like
got license plate readers. Sometimes here, I know we have, but mainly they mount them to the trunks of the patrol car. Look like
okay,
two big old cameras. They catty corner on the trunks of the car. They call license tag readers, and they can just go down. No matter how fast they're going, how fast you're going, those cameras can pick it up, and they just run in the computer. And if the tag comes back
You say
suspended,
that's on the cop car?
yeah, I've seen. I can't. I don't have a picture of it, but we have them. I'm pretty sure other countries got them. But they
Because
mount
here
them.
we don't have plates in the front of our cars.
No, they got the camera readers. Look like two big cameras mounted on the trunk of the patrol car.
Okay.
That patrol car is going down the road. If it passes you or whatever, it's aimed and can read your
Oh,
tag,
really? That's crazy.
and it'll alert it to the computer in the car and be like, "Boop, boop, oh, Roberto's tag is suspended." Such and such.
I honestly
Damn.
believe, I believe that's what happened, bro. Because we didn't even get past the cop car. Like as soon as we got past him, he pulled out. Like so, he didn't even have a chance to like look at our license plates. As soon as we passed him, he pulled out and put on his lights right away. So I'm like, there was something on that bridge that read her license plate before and sent it to the cop that was sitting
Do you
there.
have like a toll bridge where y'all at?
No.
It
We
used
got
to be.
we got toll bridges all over, and they got the cameras there. And if you go through that toll and don't pay, you can get a ticket in the mail. And they got them at traffic lights, all different kind of stuff. So the technology is out there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have bridges here that if you cross it, you'll get that bill in the mail.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's so funny
Absolutely.
that Google and Waze, if you're going east of Montreal, Google and Waze will send you to the Laval and make you cross that bridge to avoid all that traffic. But they
Mm-hmm.
don't tell you there's a fare.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
there
bridge
is?
was built. Yeah, they have cameras all over that bridge. That bridge was built because they knew they were going to recoup their money.
Mm, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I'm telling you, even if you're close to it, like I'm not far from the 40, but
Mm-hmm.
if I punch it at 4 o'clock, if I punch it and I want to go to the East End, it'll take me through Laval to that bridge all the time.
Mm. So that you can get caught
But
in
you
the
pay.
cameras.
You,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you don't you avoid the traffic, mind you, and if you do the math, $8
Mhm.
to avoid traffic. Yeah,
Oh, say bucks too?
yeah,
Shit.
yeah. It's another 50 cents. It's $8.
Shit, that's crazy. That is crazy. Well, Danny, I appreciate you coming on the show.
You know,
Definitely.
problem,
Respect,
bro.
yo. Respect, Danny.
I
You know, I've been
enjoy it.
trying to get you on the show anyway. So, and to have your point of view so that people can hear it is absolutely amazing.
Very helpful.
Thank you. It helps. I'm on vacation, so I ain't gonna go back to work the Monday. So
Enjoy, my brother.
I
Mm-hmm.
ain't, I ain't gonna do nothing but sleep and fish. Is my plans.
When you going fishing on the weekend?
Uh, I might go tomorrow, depending on the weather. It rain like cats and dogs downside. Usually messes up the water, but if it don't rain tomorrow, I may try and go Friday.
Got you. And before we go, Mad said, so what if Shaq shows he's not Onzo? Damn right he's not Onzo.
You just had to show that one, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Damn right he's not Onzo. Ain't
You got
nobody
a
on.
Awesome.
you got an Onzo pizza named Matthew. What's that pizza she got now? Called the Shakaroni.
The Shakaroni.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's with but
They
wait,
got
hold on. Wasn't this guy considered a racist at one point?
who?
The
Whoosh.
owner of that pizza that
Yeah.
Shaq's with.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Shaq got a
What, did he
TV
Papa
redeem
talking about it.
himself by taking Shaq on?
Shaq's trying to change the image.
Okay.
Yeah, Papa John's.
Papa
Yeah.
John's, that's right.
Yeah, we have one here. You
Only
ever tried
one.
it? Yeah, only one.
No, I've been thinking about it.
It's Laval, I think.
Yeah, it's on Saint Martin.
Yeah, in Laval. I've had it a couple times. Pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good
I
pizza.
think the tomato paste is sweet, a little sweet.
You like pizza?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
Have you ever tried a Damo?
I like Domino's the best.
There's a
Did
place
you
here called the Damo Pizza. It's on Notre Dame. You
never tried it?
must check this place. Talk about New York size pizza. one slice. 2 slices is basically a small pizza.
Jeez. So what is a Canadian delicacy?
Well, everybody has their own. It depends which part of Canada you're in. If you're in the Maritimes, a lot of seafood,
Lobster,
uh,
How far y'all from
pepperoni.
there?
Sorry?
How far y'all from there?
We're a good
8 hours.
10 hours.
Yeah,
Damn.
New Brunswick is 10 hours.
I'm
yeah.
gonna say, nah, I'm all about seafood.
Oh, we got
Quebec is
seafood
good for
here, bro.
seafood too. We're not like
Absolutely.
the Maritimes though.
No, but what would you say our delicacy here is? Poutine?
Yeah, well, poutine, smoked meat.
That don't even sound right though. Fries with gravy on it.
Oh
Wow.
man, but it's so fucking good. Oh, Danny, I'm telling you, you're gonna go back with a good 20 pounds on you, man.
Yeah, man.
That'd be like soggy or something.
No,
Have you
no.
ever had a Montreal style smoked meat? Do you like smoked meat? Oh wait, you have pastrami over there.
No, I'm not pastrami either though. But
You have to try our smoked meat. You're gonna want to bring some back. I guarantee you.
it tastes good. So,
You have smoked meat down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Quebec is world renowned for its smoked meat.
Smoked turkey, smoked ham. You have that here.
Okay. Yeah. Smoked meat is what? What is smoked meat? What kind of is it? Beef?
I couldn't tell you. I just know it's steamed.
That's not good. I think
It tastes good.
That don't sound right.
It's steamed and it tastes good, man. It tastes fucking good. Throw a little
Yeah.
Swiss cheese on there. What?
Yeah, we're known for our smoked meats. And our poutines, like I said, you can get Italian poutines, Mexican poutines. You know, you can get all of that.
What's the difference?
What they throw on top of it, like the Italian has meat sauce. The Mexican, they'll throw peppers in it, you know. I just like traditional cheese and
just
sauce.
cheese and sauce. Sometimes I sprinkle a little bacon on mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that don't hurt. That doesn't
They
hurt at all.
deliver
Little
that to your house, like McDonald's delivering to your house all the time, also.
What's that?
What's that? McDonald's always at your house?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm delivering. I'd be like, damn, that shit be looking good.
But you guys have DoorDash, right?
Mm-mm.
You don't have
They have
DoorDash?
Never heard of it.
Foodora? No, that's all Canada.
I guess so, because I could have swore I seen a commercial.
Uber Eats is in the States too. It's got to be.
I thought it was too. He doesn't know what Uber Eats is either.
Yeah,
No, come on.
We got.
Oh, you got Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's what I deliver from.
In the big towns, but like my town, I don't think they do it here. But like the next biggest town is Columbia, where I live
That's
at.
something you might want to consider, Danny, because all of
real.
those food delivery things, you know what they make? They make 30% off the bill.
Damn.
Yep.
That's what's up. And they're opening up like mad. There must be a good 7-8 services over here like that.
Yeah. Foodora, Skip the Dishes, DoorDash, Uber Eats. I'm pretty sure there's other ones, but those are the major ones that I know of.
I know a guy who started one.
Do you have barbecue up there?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's not our specialty.
Like
Montreal's known for food, period.
Like pork barbecue, right? Like you cook on the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a drum, pulled pork, all of that stuff.
Yeah, that's a southern thing where I'm at. That and fried chicken.
Oh yeah, we got some chicken places up here, bro.
Did you ever try that place on Van Horn?
You mean
Rush? Yeah, Rush Lecoq.
I think. Yeah, I tried it.
We got a place here called Yogi Bear's Chicken, and they it's cooked in honey. Oh my god, that shit is delicious.
I want that Popeye's chicken sandwich. That's what I'm trying. I got to drive an hour and a half to get one.
God,
I know. I'll
drive all the way to Ottawa.
I know. I like
it's not
Popeyes.
That good, Danny?
It's good. Popeyes is my favorite.
I like Popeyes chicken. When I used to go to Ottawa, I used to go check Popeyes all the time, man.
You got to try the Popeyes in the States. It's a totally different ballgame.
They got a Bojangles there?
A Bojangles?
Bojangles chicken.
No.
Yeah, Bojangles is good too. KFC.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sucks here.
yeah.
Sucks.
But we got two kinds. You got the kind that you order, and we got a buffet style. Buffet style KFC is
A
delicious.
buffet style KFC.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
They have like the chicken on there, then they have rice, gravy,
Yeah,
uh,
rice.
banana pudding,
Bro,
What?
all kind of stuff.
we don't even have the biscuits here.
What?
Yeah, they stopped the biscuit.
Yeah.
They used to have potato wedges. Now they got fries here.
We have fries. That's it. We don't got the biscuits
I
anymore.
think they even changed the recipe over here because it's
Y'all
not
need
the
to try
same.
that
They
Yeah,
did.
potato bowl. That's what I always
it's
get.
not the same.
Potato bowl. We don't have
Potato
any.
bowl.
We
What?
don't have.
We don't even have a Chick-fil-A.
Oh my lord!
Yep. Nope.
Chick-fil-A got the best fries.
Who,
Second,
Chick-fil-A?
they got waffle fries. Oh my god!
Hey, you guys make me hungry now.
We don't have Chick-fil-A in Toronto, do they?
Not that I know of.
I think it's only in the States.
And over here, Chick-fil-A is not open on Sundays either. God, big time religious guy. He don't open on Sundays.
Damn.
Matt said we need her recipe for her chicken sandwich.
Is it good
Oh,
as Bojangles, man?
Could you send it to us via airmail?
hey, you can send it to me on
Have food sent to me by airmail?
send it to me on Twitter. I can cook, so you give me the recipe and I'll make it.
My favorite thing to eat is shrimp Alfredo. When I had that today for lunch, God, I love it.
Yuck. I love the
Oh, they have
Alfredo
DoorDash.
sauce.
They have
Yeah,
DoorDash in the US.
Yeah, because I know I seen it on a commercial on the U.S. channel, so I was
But
like,
you don't like shrimp? Oh,
nope,
oh my goodness! You don't know what you're
nope,
missing.
no seafood whatsoever. Told you already,
Oh,
cockroach
really?
on the sea, bro. Yeah, nothing.
I just don't eat calamari and octopus and all of those
Yeah,
squiggly things.
I don't eat that. Shoot, give me a
But
lobster,
yeah, lobster, shrimp,
flounder.
what's that? Flound?
Flounder. It's a fish.
What is that?
Flounder. It's a
Okay.
fish. Flounder.
It's
Yeah, it's a fish.
fish.
Scallops?
I don't care for scallops.
No?
None of that shit, bro. I don't want none of that shit.
Make you
None
sick?
of it.
Have you tried, or you allergic to it?
Not even. I don't like the texture of fish. Like I've never did. So I
There's
just
so
never.
many different textures. Like, sorry to cut you off, but I've been eating a
I
lot of
know.
fish lately, and I find that white fish is very, very soft, and they're
Not,
like,
not to mention it's healthy. It's good for you.
yeah,
Yeah, I know. But for me personally, I just can't do it, And especially if it looks like the fish, like they just fry it up. I'm like,
with
no,
the
man.
eyes looking at you and shit.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. You
I
could
will
even
tell
cut
you,
off
man.
the head.
About 2 years ago, man, I fell in love with sushi, boy. God, I love it.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
It's so funny because my wife took me to a sushi shop for the first time. She sat me at the bar. I was like, man, just don't give me anything with no caviar. Sure enough, the shit was covered in orange caviar. I thought it was black. I had no clue. Man, I chewed that one piece for an hour because that seaweed is so hard to dissolve.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I couldn't spit it out because I was at the bar. And today I love it. You have poke bowls up there, Danny?
I never heard of that.
It's like a giant sushi roll in a bowl. Like they put the rice, the lettuce, and if you put tuna, chicken, salmon.
Because see, like I heard it, like because I watch like cooking channels.
Mhm.
So see, like I've heard it, but I don't know if I actually seen it in a restaurant.
It is so good. They're all over here. Sushi shops and poke bowl shops.
Oh
They're
yeah, if you like
everywhere.
sushi, yeah, you'll love here. It's everywhere is a sushi shop.
Everywhere.
As soon as I can say it for it, bro. That's definitely that kind of stuff. And you got good Chinese food there too.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Good
I'm telling
Chinese
you,
food.
if for food, Montreal is a place I would highly recommend.
Chinese, Mexican. Yeah, we got it all,
West
bro.
Indian.
West Indian. Oh, they never had goat.
What?
they don't even
Curry goat?
they don't even sound appetizing.
Oh, that's a nice tender piece of meat, man.
God, like it'd be tough as hell.
No, it's
No,
got to be
man,
cooked right
it's
though.
so good. Yeah,
If it's not
but
cooked right, it'll mess your teeth up. I won't lie.
God.
Just
and you
like
know what?
oxtail.
But yo, they'll eat gator, but they
Sorry,
never had goat. They'll eat gator, but never had goat.
alligator.
Yeah, exactly.
All you do is your
Exactly.
tail is white, just like fish.
But what do you put on it?
You put it like in flour,
Steak spice, fish
like
spice.
and stuff like what's it called? Like O.A. We'll just put it in regular flour, salt, pepper it,
Hmm.
put some Old Bay seasoning on it, boil in flour, drop it. I only had like the alligator nuggets. I've never had anything like
Alligator nuggets.
yeah,
Wow.
like chicken nuggets. But it's
No,
alligator meat.
I can picture my daughter right now. Dad, you got me nuggets? Yeah, they're alligator. She'll throw that shit like a Theismann, like a Theismann pass.
yeah, I wouldn't be eating that
Don't,
shit
don't
either.
knock it till you try it.
No, I ain't
I'm not
trying that.
knocking it. I'm just saying it's like you're laughing at our poutine. I think the alligator is a little
I
more
ain't laughing. I
outlandish.
just think that I think I was gonna say that the gravy would. I said the gravy would make it soggy to me.
No,
Well,
it
there's
doesn't
many.
make.
There's
Yeah,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Aldo.
The
Sorry.
No, I
crinkly
was just gonna
fries or shoestring fries.
say, you can get it with any. Sometimes you get shoestrings. They usually the thicker ones, you know. But
Crinkly
even
fries.
if you put the gravy on it, it doesn't soak into the fry. So it all depends on the fry that you use. Because you
Yeah,
can get some with homemade fries, right? And they're already kind of soggy. But if you get like, I don't know, let's say like a restaurant who has like maybe frozen fries or something, they stay crispy and nice.
The fries make the poutine.
I'll try it.
You need a really good potato in there because the gravy is pretty much standard. The cheese is standard. So
Hmm.
it more or less comes down to the potato. But there's
Uh,
so many places.
It sounds kind of like something we get at this restaurant called Sonic. They have like chili cheese fries.
Something like that,
Yeah.
right? It's fries with chili on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
have
So
like a cheese sauce too. And people eat that shit like crazy here.
That's like the Italian.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So you get a French fries, you get gravy, you put some melted cheese on it. Little what cheese do they use anyways?
It's
Is it
called
mozzarella?
curd
Oh,
cheese.
curd cheese. Yeah, that's it. Right. So they put curd cheese on it. It melts up and nice, and then you could put a little. You could do chili. We have chili too. You could do chili. You could do
They call
Mexican.
it squeaky cheese.
So good.
Damn.
So good.
Sounds pretty
Man,
good.
man said, "What? Goat is goat." Yeah, we love goat, man. You know, curry
Mm,
Goat
goat,
is
curry
the goat.
chicken.
I don't know about that now.
Trust me.
I'm
You've
not
had
a
curry
fan of
chicken?
curry. I'm
I'd
not a
have,
fan
I'd
of
have,
curry.
I'd have to close my eyes and pray on that one. Lord, please don't let this go be too damn hard to digest.
No, man. It's soft and it's juicy and it's nice.
So you make like a goat sandwich or something?
No, it's just
No,
a side dish, like a beef.
yeah, like you curry
It's
it
made
up
with
in.
like you chop little potatoes in it.
Mhm.
Damn.
Okay.
You've had curry chicken, right?
Mm-mm. I don't eat
Damn.
that. I don't eat that other. We don't have that kind of restaurant here in the South, man. They're far and few in between.
Oh
There's
my
no
god.
West Indian
We got
restaurants in the South?
we got in the South, man. We got a lot of doggone Southern fried
Southern
chicken.
fried stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
So no one opened up a West Indian restaurant in the South.
I'm not saying it. I'm saying the
No,
town
I'm curious.
the town that I'm in. We got one. It's like a little shack, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to even try that.
You don't trust it, huh?
But like mainly, if you come here where I'm at, you gonna get like chicken, macaroni, collard greens,
I'm good with chicken and macaroni pie.
beans. They love sweet potato pie, banana pudding, um,
Yeah, southern fried food. I make a wicked
turkey.
southern fried chicken, bro.
Yeah, that's mainly what we eat there.
Yeah, southern.
That's
That's
the downside. There's no real good Southern restaurants here. There used to be one, La Louisiane on Sherbrooke,
yes.
but I think they closed down.
Hmm. Yeah, we used to have like. That's why I when I cook, sometimes I go online and get recipes, and I found a southern fried chicken. So you bait it in the flour, then you break up your cracker crumbs, you baste it in the cracker crumbs, you fry it, then I bake it a little bit. It's so good.
Then we got this thing called Texas Pete hot sauce. Oh my god, it is the best hot sauce on the planet, and that's what we put on everything down here. Macaroni hot sauce, collard greens hot sauce, chicken hot sauce.
Yeah, we
In
we
fact,
we like a hot sauce here too, though.
when I got married, my mother-in-law didn't have hot sauce. I was like, "What the hell?" She said,
No
"No."
hot sauce.
She said, "No, we don't eat hot sauce here, Danny." Shit.
What?
I went and bought a big one, and she had it in her ever since. Every time I come to eat, she'd have it.
Hot sauce, yeah, for sure.
I'd have it, especially on a fish sandwich. Fish sandwich and a fish sandwich without hot sauce.
Mad said, "Shoot, don't admit that here. They'll revoke his card."
What?
Yeah,
Goat?
about the golden curry and stuff. Yeah,
Mm-mm. I've never had that before.
damn.
I've had all kind of chicken and stuff, but I never had no curry chicken.
You might not
It's
leave, Danny.
it's
You
funny
get you
because
a nice boneless chicken curry roti.
yep,
Oh man.
yep.
Just talking to you, I feel like I'm 20 pounds heavier now.
You would love a roti, bro. Rotis are so good. And I know your wheels were spinning when you heard they didn't have a Jamaican restaurant down there, Roberto. I know your wheels were
I'm
spinning.
tripping. I'm tripping.
He's like,
That is
shit.
crazy.
If I could go down there and open up one,
You know?
Hey, you probably make a killing.
I
You
think
love
so.
you love something good, bro.
I think so. I think that would make a killing down there
Maybe
because
sometime in 2022, I'll consider it.
Because one of
you know.
our, I'm
Mhm.
saying that where I work at, we only got like maybe 10 to 15 restaurants, and we done been to all of them about 10 million times. It seemed like we were trying to
All
figure out
right.
places to go, so we can
Mhm.
bring something different. Because one of my favorite restaurants is Arby's. You have an Arby's there?
Nope. In
Nope.
Toronto, I think we do.
Oh man, Arby's roast beef. They get the best roast beef on the planet, and it's like they got like 15 different sandwiches in there, and there's only one I don't eat. 'Cause I don't eat the Reuben. I don't.
That's the pastrami, the Reuben,
Yeah,
right?
Mhm.
I don't like that because they have like the sauerkraut and all that other kind of.
Yeah.
But other than that, I love it.
Mad said Roberto was making me hungry.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
making myself hungry.
You
you know what I mean?
I'm thinking about going in here and cook me an omelet, man.
So I went to my sister's
Hot there?
house on. Is it hot here?
No, do you have an IHOP there?
Nope.
No,
It's
no,
the
I have.
International House of Pancake.
I know.
Oh,
I've been dying to go there so bad.
you know
Oh,
what? It's funny you mentioned that place, Danny, because I went there once and I was like, shit, they put whipped cream on my pancakes.
oh,
That was,
Oh,
you know what it was? It was half a block of butter. I
uh,
thought
oh,
it was whipped cream. I was like,
hey,
what am I gonna
man,
do with all this butter, man? It was fucking this big.
man, they got like 10 or 15 different kind of omelets, pancakes, waffles. Oh my god! You at one sitting, man, you would gain 10 pounds
Yeah,
easy.
isn't it unlimited eat there?
No, I think unlimited waffles depending on what you order. I mean pancakes. You can get some meals that get like the endless pancakes and just keep bringing them long as you come, long as you want them. And they got like 4 different kinds of syrups. They got like blueberry syrup, maple syrup.
You're killing me,
Um,
Danny. You're killing
oh
me.
my goodness, it is
Mad
delicious.
said, Mad said, keep your Arby's. That's white people food.
Well, it can be white people food and delicious. I tell you that, buddy.
So you have
I'm like,
crepes over there?
Huh?
Does IHOP make crepes?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, yeah, crepes are fucking fire.
Man, IHOP is the shit, buddy. It's open 24/7 and it closed here.
isn't
Damn.
Denny's their competition, right?
They took a hit, man. It has some kind of racial thing.
Oh, really?
It was something racial years back. I think it's starting to come back some now. But the closest Denny's we have is in Myrtle Beach, if I'm not mistaken. And Myrtle Beach is probably about an hour and some change from where I live.
Okay.
Hmm.
But Denny's
I
got
went
some
to
good food too. But our biggest thing we have here in this area is Shoney's.
I
That's
went to
really
my oh sorry.
no, you good. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I went to my sister's house on the weekend, you know. Um her daughter her son got his bachelor's degree. So when I got there I wasn't really hungry, but she had a big plate of goat, a bowl of goat, she had some ham, she had some turkey, she had all this just Jamaican food, right? So I didn't eat and I said, no, I'm good, I'm good. But they usually always give me food when I'm leaving, right? Yeah, take some goat, take this. But I wasn't going home, so I couldn't take any. And man, I've been thinking about that goat since
Yeah,
Saturday.
kicking yourself in the ass now, don't you?
Yeah, man, I've been thinking about that since Saturday, bro. I was like, oh man, why
I
can't
put
I
that
get
in.
some?
I would put that in a Tupperware and say, put it on the back of the shelf for me in the refrigerator. I'll come back and get it.
That's what I was gonna do, but I know by the time I go back, it's all gone. It's all gone. And
You
like I said,
snooze, you lose.
yep.
My aunt makes this dressing, like turkey and dressing for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing here around Thanksgiving for us. And man, she has the best dressing I've ever tasted. So she always cooks me a pan and pisses my wife off because I like her dressing better than my wife's dressing. Trying
It
to say I
can't.
can't cook? I said, no, I'm trying to say you can't cook this dressing. Boy,
And my aunt makes a wicked barbecue sauce too, bro. Oh my god, this barbecue sauce, I tell her all the time, this needs to be in the store. She
mm-hmm,
mixes it with nice little, it's like a spicy but sweet barbecue sauce. It's so
mm-hmm.
good. So we had, I think it was like maybe my 16th birthday party at her house, and I invited all my friends down there. And I kid you not, I had two friends that were just sitting in the kitchen, just grabbing the ribs from the oven. Right when the party was over, she took me aside. She was like, "Hey, don't ever bring your friends back here again, because they
Damn.
just killed those ribs, man."
Yeah, ain't nothing better than a good rib, boy. You
Yep.
get you. You get this one sauce. It's called um, what John Boy and Billy's is one I like. I don't know if this. I don't know if that's international, but they got this one called Harold's Hogwash, and that shit, boy, you damn near can put a straw in it and drink it. So damn good.
How do
Mm.
you find new hot sauces without burning the shit out of your ass or your mouth? You know what I mean?
I don't know, but
Because
but
I went into a
I
store
like
today, they
hot
had
food,
so
man.
many.
I love hot food. I don't know what it is.
Me
Like
too. I
like the Chinese food, that General Tso's chicken. Oh my
yes.
god, that's one of
Hmm.
my favorites.
Yeah, you can get that here. You can get it spicy if you want to, or you can just get it regular. But I love spicy food. I just hate when it comes out
Yeah,
spicy. Oh
yeah,
my god, that's annoying, bro.
yeah, that
You
heartburn, boy.
know every morning what you had last night.
Yep. Yep. Just sitting on time like, oh, your ass is burning and shit. I'm like,
On fire.
Yeah.
and it's funny because it doesn't go away when you're done. That shit lingers for about 5-10 minutes
Listen,
after
And
that.
I used to eat
you got that cartoon character just sit in the tub and your ass go.
Yeah,
I used to
exactly.
eat these folk soups. I used to put so much hot sauce in that soup that my eyesight would be blurry, man.
Bam.
I'd be trying to read the bill. I can't see shit. I can barely see out the window. They bring my bowl in the back, and I see the guys in the kitchen. They're like, "Who drank this? The water's red."
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, man. That's the other day. We had some subs, and it had a little thing of hot sauce with it. So I was like, okay. I opened it up and I smelled it and I was like, nope. Click and close it back up. I was like, I'm not even attempting that. I was like, I know it's
For
gonna
my
be good.
subs, I like the jalapeno. I don't put the no sauce on it.
Ooh, jalapenos are hot, bro.
Yeah, I love it. Well, Subway. You got a
Yeah,
Subway there? You
yep.
should always get like the Subway Club.
Mm-hmm.
And I like vinegar, no oil, and then I like the garlic oil. That's a new thing
Mm-hmm.
they got. Then I don't like black olives, but I get the the jalapeno, the banana peppers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay for it because about 5 or 6 hours later,
Yep.
feel like a dragon coming out my ass. Like, what the?
Yeah.
I know that feeling, man.
Don't like
Kill-
that feeling, man. Don't like it
can't,
at all.
I can't stand it, man. Me too. But this was definitely a good stream. We went 2 hours and 40 minutes. So we're
I
gonna
don't
just
know how
let
long we hit the black thing, but it definitely was good.
we did it for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got onto the cop and hot topic there. So Danny came
Hey,
in and
we had to get our shit off our chest, man.
That's right,
hey,
bro.
that's it, man. That's what the show is about, you know? And we always know heated debates are welcome because at the end of the day, we end up fucking just like, okay, everything is cool, you know? So,
Yep.
oh,
Those
Scotch
nasty.
bonnet peppers. Oh my
Those are
God.
dangerous.
Let me tell you a
Right.
story about that.
I never heard of that before.
Oh, Danny, you know when you do.
Let me tell you a story about that. So, my son's mother was the one that got me on those, right? Because she used to cook with them all the time when I first met her. So one day I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make some spicy food. So I got some Scotch bonnet peppers and I'm cutting it up, and my eye gets itchy. So I scratch my eye. Yo, my eye was burning, right? So I finished cooking and everything. Didn't wash my hands. My nuts got itchy. I scratched, I scratched, I scratched my nuts, and I kid you not, I had water on my nutsack, bro. I had ice on my nutsack. That shit was burning for like hours. Couldn't believe how much my balls were burning. Horrible.
Man,
Man
they
said,
know.
man said, I missed the black talk. Yeah, but you can watch it in the replay, man.
Man, that's
Oh, hun. Yeah, that burned. That was the worst, bro. You know, you get hit in your nuts, it hurts, but when your nuts are burning, oh my God.
that's a different kind of pain.
Well,
Now.
hey, have you ever heard of Chinese brush?
Oh, yeah.
What the
You
hell
ever
is
have
that?
a false alarm with Chinese brush?
No.
You have a false alarm, you want to talk about fire? You might as well take some absorbing junior and spray it
But
all over yourself.
but Chinese brush burns?
If you don't use it, oh, like nothing you ever want to feel again, my
I
friend.
ain't never heard that.
You almost want a contract signed before you put that on again. I'm telling you.
What is Chinese
China,
bro?
you put it
It's
you put it on
stimulant.
your bird. Gets your dick hard, you know? If you put it on your dick, gets your dick hard. But
For
I've
a
never tried.
long, long time.
Yeah, a long time. I never tried it, so I didn't even know it burned. I remember my friend had some one time, and he tried it, but he never told me it burned. I'm like, yeah,
There's
no,
many equivalents, Danny. There's from the West Indies, it's called the stone.
yeah.
So you rub this with water and then you put it on, and it's supposed to give you endurance, you know?
Strong like bull, you know?
Yeah, they got that African one called Yohimbi.
Probably.
Uh-huh.
Yohimbi.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Maz is like, really? Yes, Maz, really.
That's how we're ending the show.
Yohimbi boy,
So,
if you don't be careful with that, it'll kill you.
will it?
Or kill your
How?
partner.
It's called Yohimbi. I mean, I'm
Mm.
saying,
Oh,
be
yeah.
careful how you take that shit.
Well, you know, they have the blue pill now, and I had a friend that was like, he was just on this blue pill, bro. He's like, yo, you gotta try it, man. You gotta try it. And I'm like, but why? Because I got a high sex drive. I don't need that, right? He's like, no, you don't understand. You gotta try it. All right. So one day I was working for this dude, and I don't know. He just came outside and he was like, hey, here. He threw it on me, threw me a box of fucking blue pills, you know? So I'm like, I don't need this. But I took one and gave the rest to my friend. He's like, I'll take them. And I tried it, but it didn't do nothing. Like, it didn't do nothing.
Either first time.
Didn't do
I haven't
nothing.
had it again.
Hell, I didn't hear what you say.
Oh, I said, no, I tried it and it didn't work.
I didn't hear what Roberto said.
Oh, I said it didn't work for me either.
Mm.
Yeah, didn't do nothing. Man said, "What do I search on Amazon? Asking for a friend." I'm not even sure you can find that on Amazon, but if you do, let me know. It's called
Yeah.
Shiny Brush or
Oh,
Stone.
I already checked. I went to Chinatown. The Chinese brush man, no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went out of business.
Try Yohimbi Mads. They still
How do you spell that?
I don't need that
No,
stuff,
I'm
man.
happily married now, so I don't have to win anyone over.
But yeah, that's what my friend said. He said he took it and he was like banging it out, bro. He said he was
Yeah,
mashing up. He was
she
mashing it
will
up.
fall in love.
He said he was mashing it up. So I was like, okay, but didn't do nothing for me. So I never tried it again. You know. But
Maybe
with
you got
that
to try
being,
the other one.
huh?
the yellow pill, Cialis.
Yeah, yeah.
My friend had some of those too. I didn't try that one either, but he was like, "Yeah, you can have one if you want." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good," because okay, so I tried it, right? It didn't do nothing, but for like a week, I had a hard time standing up after that. I got
Really?
I got paranoid, bro. I was scared
You
as
got reverse effect?
yo. I was scared as fuck, bro. Like, yo, things not getting hard. What the hell? You know, I'd wake up in the morning and you're just rock hard. You know what I mean? I'm waking up in the morning and I got a piece of lump meat there, and I'm like, oh my. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? So when I finally woke up one morning, I had my heart. I was like, yes, it's back. So I'm scared to try that crap again. I really am.
You don't need it. Don't take it. Because eventually you'll get immune to it when you really do
Right.
need it.
Exactly.
You should have called J5 Onzo. See if he could compute something.
I'm pretty sure J5 could have helped out a brother. You know? I'm my girl. I'm my girl at the time saying, "Oh, what? So you don't want to have sex with me no more? What? You're not attracted to me no more?" I'm like, "No, it's not that. It's not that." But I didn't want to tell her that I tried the fucking thing either. You know what I mean? So I'm like, "No, it's not that." I was like, "It's because we were drinking tonight. That's what it is. Alcohol."
Tell her you're going through menopause.
Yeah, for real. Because never again. Never again. All right, guys. So we hit the 2:45 mark. Danny, tell the people where they can find you, my brother.
Several different places you can find me. Monday nights on my show, Chaotic Conversation. Tuesday nights on Onzo's show, the Chaotic List. On Thursday, Thursday. Sometimes you can find me on Chris show. I won't be there tomorrow. Something came up, but it's called the Weekly Rumble. Sundays you can find me on Equilibrium and the Rule of Three, and Saturdays you can find the three of us on Square One. It's a sports talk show mainly about football and basketball. So if you can't catch us on all those things, please pick one show and support us because we definitely appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. And we're going to have some good topics for Square One, man. Damon Lillard has been going off. I heard
Has he ever?
there's a beef with him and Paul George going on right now.
I seen that briefly on some kind of meme or something.
That I sent you, the picture.
Yeah, but I didn't read it all. But
Spurs only lost one game during this whole thing, so they're still in the runnings. But I think we need Grizzlies to lose. I think they're playing tonight. I got to check the score.
Have the
But
Grizzlies even won a game yet
I don't
in the
think so.
bubble?
I think the Grizzlies
I don't
won
think so.
one, I think.
You know who's
Yeah, well,
doing surprisingly well? I don't know. I guess we'll save it for Saturday, but I'll throw it in. It's Phoenix.
I was about to say that too. They haven't lost a game yet.
I think they lost one.
They
I think
lost. Yeah. Oh no, they haven't lost one. I read it today. They haven't lost
the
a game yet.
Raptors only lost one.
Spurs only lost one.
To Philly.
I'm like, Spurs only lost. Spurs beat Houston yesterday. I was like, oh
Yep.
shit, yes. So I'm like, okay, that's right, Danny. You heard that, right?
Yeah, I'm listening to this mess. Yeah,
Man,
Houston lost again tonight too.
Oh, did they? Who they lose to?
Indiana.
Ooh.
Toronto beat the 76ers, but Ben Simmons is out.
So is Embiid.
Oklahoma
Why
Thunder.
are they out?
Embiid his knee, I think. And Simmons
Oh,
had surgery.
I think
He's
it's
gone for the season.
oh,
Oklahoma Thunder. They beat Miami,
yep. I
and
seen that one.
The Clippers beat the Nuggets.
Okay, okay. It's gonna be interesting. How many games are left? Do you know?
I think that's
Tomorrow
it.
is Washington versus Boston, and Sacramento versus the Lakers.
I think the only thing that hasn't really been settled is the West. I'm not
And
sure, but the
the
East is already settled.
Bucks, the Bucks are playing the Grizzlies.
I'm
So at
gonna
12
check.
o'clock, 12 o'clock, Washington, Boston. Nobody cares about that shit.
No,
Yeah,
the East is already settled.
1:30 will be Sacramento and LA, and then 4 o'clock will be the Bucks versus the Grizzlies.
looks like some good games. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna look at
Well,
the standing.
the Freak is not playing,
Who's not playing?
and the Greek Freak.
Oh, is he not
And
playing?
They're sitting a lot of people. The Raptors sat Lowry. They sat Ibaka. They sat like four guys, and when they played Milwaukee, Milwaukee sat 2, 3 guys.
Yeah, the
The,
East is set.
the East is already set, right?
Yeah, the East is set. Portland moved into 8th spot.
Nice.
Yeah, Portland moved into, but they're like a half a game. So San Antonio, Phoenix, Memphis, and Portland are a half of game out of that spot. So at one loss by any of those teams, and they're moving out of that 8th spot. That race in the West is tight. So Phoenix, Portland is at 34 and 39, Memphis 33 and 39, Phoenix 33 and 39, San Antonio 32 and 38. So if San
But
Antonio
you know
wins
what?
their next game, they got the 8. They're going to go into the 8th spot.
The Grizzlies were set up for failure.
Yeah, I know. They weren't going to make it.
They made them play all the hardest teams those last 8 games.
Yeah, they gave them a rough schedule.
And they gave the easiest schedule, and they didn't make it. The Pelicans.
Well, I'm looking at now, the Grizzlies is in the 9th seed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
what I
they
said.
had the 8th seed. They had
Yeah,
the
they
8th
had.
seed for the longest time.
Yeah, they had the 8th seed. They lost it, I guess, when Portland won the last game. So, but if you look at the standings, like one loss between those 4 teams, and that 8th seed is gonna seesaw till the end of the season
To
of
the
who
end of the
gets that.
season, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna seesaw. So,
It'd be
Mr.
sad if
Roberto,
Portland doesn't get it.
it will be very good if the Spurs get it. Spurs have the best chance.
Spurs are like the 11th seed.
Yeah, but that's only because they're 32 and because they have one less loss than the other 3 teams. So if they win the next game, they're going to shoot up to the 8th spot, and they'd have to win out to keep it. They can't. Spurs cannot lose another game. If they lose another game, but if they win every game out, then they'll get the 8th spot. So they have to win every other game because they have one less loss. So.
I got you.
All right, Mr. Mendizo, tell the people where they can find you.
Other than Off Our Chest, you can find me on Square One, Danny Show with Mr. Anzo. Like they said, we chat sports. I don't have anything going on myself, but through this, I hope to expand and provide you with more entertainment.
Are you free tomorrow?
I got hockey.
During the day, I mean. Come check me
What
during
time?
the day.
What time?
And 12, 1, 2, afternoon time, doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm usually up at 8 o'clock, so from any other time. I want you coming here at
holler
8 o'clock. Yeah,
I'll
you
holler
got
at you.
Yeah, coming by at 8 o'clock, but
No,
you
I'll
come
shout
by
you
around,
before I reach, always.
no problem. And you guys know where to find me, Big Afford Entertainment. Like Danny said, I think I'm on every show with Danny except for this one. So if you guys want to check us out, subscribe to the channel, much appreciated. Again, we enjoy all you guys conversating. We had a few people in there. They dropped off towards the end, but I mean, we went for almost 3 hours, so that's understandable. Last comment, Mad says she doesn't get this kind of talk on Monday night. So Danny, your show is lapsing.
I can't talk like this on the other show, but might get an adult show. Shoot, on her show, man, they talk some everything, boy. Oh my lord, Queen's
No,
Count.
which I haven't been invited on yet, but it's okay. I know they usually have a guy on the show every now and then. I haven't been invited yet, but it's okay. No problem.
They have Tommy on there, I think. Thomas Gilkey or something. He's on there a lot.
Yeah, and
Abunad's on there a lot.
isn't that Stig guy on there a lot too?
Yeah.
He's on there a lot too.
I think
So
they're honorary queens.
So you hear that, right? Wait, you're gonna miss the pajama party? What pajama party?
Is that tomorrow night?
If it's tomorrow night, I watch the pajama party. I'm down for that. Nothing better than a good pajama party.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just wait to see if she responds. If it's tomorrow, and then we'll call it. But it was definitely a good show. She said I'll get on eventually. Ooh, I get the eventually. I don't get the yes. You can come on next week. No, you come on eventually whenever I got time. You know what I mean? That's when I'll get you on. Don't worry. It was quite all right. But with that being said, guys, much appreciated. I appreciate all you guys for stopping by and checking out the show. We out of here. Peace out.
Later.